Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest Podcast.
Woo!
This week is going to be a little weird because we're trying to get BlizzCon tickets right now.
And you're going to go through that with us. And just in case you've never tried to get tickets to an event that's nearly impossible, it is scary-ish, without a doubt.
It is very scary-ish.
So we are going to do the Storytime episode like normal. So for those of you that are listening to the audio version, it's all been edited and nice and clean. But around 7 o'clock, shit's gonna get real for those of you watching us live at twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. and youtube.com/scaryish. We appreciate all of you that are joining us. You folks are fantastic. We love every single one of you. Mm-hmm. And the Storytime episodes are kind of dedicated to that love. Robin, we're going to read Homegrown Horrors. What is a homegrown horror?
So homegrown horrors are the lovely paranormal / spiritual / sleep paralysis, sleepwalking, like funny, scary coincidences that you graciously share with us, and we get to read to all our lovely spooky friends.
Yeah,
so it's
anything
awesome.
that seems paranormal or scary or spiritual or just funny, like send our way, and you can email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to scarish.com, our website, which has finally been updated. So it's got everything.
4 weeks,
it's all caught up. It's good to go. You can click on contact us. That's always worked. And fill out that form, send it directly to us, and that'll come and jump into the queue. You can also go to Twitter, and it's @ScarishPod, Instagram @ScarishPodcast, or Facebook.com/ScarishPodcast and message us all those different ways. And we appreciate all the emails that we get and all the stories. We try and get every single one of them. And if we run into something that's incomplete or illegible, we try and message you back and say, like, yo, dog, what'd you mean about this? Shout out to Spooky Zora, who just resubscribed via I always want to say Amazon Prime because that's what it is, but Twitch Prime for the 3rd month. And the message on that is, woo! It's not all caps, so I didn't go loud, but my voice is slowly coming back.
Yeah.
So good stuff. We're going to go into our first one, and I believe I'm going to be going first this evening.
All right.
Cool.
You do you.
So the first email that we have is called Creepy Cats, which sounds awesome because I love me some cats. And it starts out like this. Hey. Hi. I'm Lola, and I live in the middle of a forest somewhere near Barcelona, so excuse me if I misspell words or say words that don't exist in English. That's okay. A lot of us say words that don't exist in English, and that's the only language we know, because sometimes it's just fun to make up words. So I was listening to one of your podcasts. Shout out to Woo Scarish, who just resubscribed for the 3rd month in a row.
Thank you so much.
That's not in the email. I'll get back to the email. So I was listening to one of your podcasts, and you started talking about how creepy cats can be, and that reminded me of some stories I have with my 2 cats. It's not that we didn't say that. I 100% believe that cats can be creepy. They can also be adorable.
Yeah, I just posted like a little video or GIF type thing of our cat from last night because she whipped her head around super fast, and I like recorded it.
When was
and
this? Oh, when you were playing Fallout?
Yeah, and I posted it to our Instagram story, and I made like a stupid comment like, "What'd you say about my mom?"
That's so
but
funny.
She was just so cute. I love her.
So let's see what these creepy stories are that our emailer, is that a word? Our listener has.
Okay.
As I said before, I live in the middle of nowhere, and in summer I used to sleep with my window open because otherwise it's too hot. There are rocks in my garden, so it's really creepy because you can hear the dogs, in parentheses, or boars, or foxes, I'm not really sure what they are, and I don't want to check, their footsteps outside. But one night, I was reading a book in my bed with both of my cats laying on me, licking each other and purring, in parentheses, which is really weird because they really hate each other. It's really cute when animals that hate each other just have like a moment of like, all right, we'll be okay to each other.
Well, like our cat licks, wait, no, she doesn't lick the dog she hates, right? She only licks the other dog.
Correct, but she sniffs her sometimes because she's just like, I want to see what you smell like. And the dog will just lay there like, okay, can I sniff you? And the cat's like, get the fuck out of here, and smacks her in the face. So we're going to get back to the email again. Normally, you can hear all types of night sounds outside, and that moment was no different. No special weird sounds or anything. I'm saying this because suddenly, my 2 cats stopped doing what they were doing and looked at the window really pissed off and hissed. That's super creepy because you know it has to be something if animals that hate each other are doing something in unison.
Yeah.
My dogs were nowhere nearby, or at least they weren't making any noises. It was so creepy that I covered myself with my blanket, even though it was so hot, and I didn't move.
Same thing.
I didn't move until I woke up the next day. That is hilarious. It's not the scariest thing you can think of, but in the moment, I was shitting my pajamas. I love my cats, but it wasn't the first time they've done weird shit. One of my cats, in parentheses, the one that loves me the most, really likes to sleep with me, and sometimes she just likes to look behind me with a scary face. And behind me, there's usually only a wall and many other things.
That's creepy.
Hope I explained myself well. You absolutely did. I felt like I was there. I wanted to pull the blanket over my head. which is funny because we now have scary-ish blankets. You can go check out our
Yeah.
store. So good job, Robin. And shout out to, who was it that designed that for us?
Kevin McNamara Tattoo. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Thank you for that. They said, like, here's a design. Do whatever you want with it. And we said, like, okay, we're going to toss it on a blanket. So shout out and thank you. And maybe you guys can go and get a blanket and hide under it when creepy shit happens. I love my cats. It wasn't the first time they've done weird shit. I already read that. You did explain yourself well. And it goes on to say, also, hope you like my story. And I just wanted to say that going from the bus station to my house at 11 p.m. listening to your podcast is very scary. Have a nice day. Bye. Or as we say in Catalan, adieu.
Aw, cool.
I hope I said that right. I think I did, but who knows? Sometimes I butcher things and don't even realize it. So thank you so much for sending that in. We appreciated that. And I think we all have had those moments where like a pet does something where they seem alarmed. Like they go into danger mode all of a sudden. You're like, am I in danger?
Well, it's just when Yui stared at the wall while we were watching Poltergeist.
I know we've brought up that story before on the program, but for those of you who haven't heard it, we were watching the original Poltergeist. And for those of you who haven't seen it, at some point, a child is talking to a TV that has nothing but static on it, like she hears voices in it. And then like a beam of light comes out of the TV and shoots into the wall, which like represents these spirits basically taking over the house, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
In that exact scene, we were watching it completely in the dark. Our dog came from out of the bedroom where she was sleeping, sat in front of our couch, and started staring at the wall directly behind us.
Yeah.
And since then, she always looks for shadows or like
And
lights and glares on the
it's
walls.
creepy.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy. So we totally relate and we understand. So good stuff. So let's take our first break of the show to look over in the stream chat and say hi to the friendly folks. And hopefully you guys will be saying hi back. We always love it when you do.
Did you already... Let's see. Thank you, Horse Loves Nothing, for subscribing for 3 months in a row. Spooky Zora also subscribed.
We shouted out Spooky Zora. I don't see Horse Loves Nothing on here. Stupid Streamlabs. Bad Streamlabs.
Yeah, it's all the way at the top.
It looks like Jace Leave Me Alone was the first in the YouTube. It says hello, and Karen says hiya right after that. Akbar says damn it because they weren't first. That's hilarious. Jace says, wow, I just got done with the 70s concert. That's hilarious. So Jay says, Akbar, you can get it next week. We already know that Akbar is not going to be here next week because next week is finals for Akbar.
Me too.
And Akbar let us know
here.
in the Discord, like, I think this one's going to be my last one for the month, and that stinks. Karen says, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? It's a really good question. We ask that a lot at my new job. Robin, what would your superpower be?
Super knowledge.
Wow.
What?
Super lame.
Every Slayer needs their watcher.
I hate you so much. I think mine would be healing. I would like to be able to heal like
so you'd
just
be
about
like
everything.
A cleric?
I don't know about a
Or
cleric.
like a druid?
Sure. I guess. No, I would want to be able to heal like anything, so I could walk into a hospital and like heal someone's broken leg and then like heal someone's coma, heal someone's anything, and then be like thousands of dollars, please. You're welcome. Cheaper than the insurance. Thanks. It would be a cool skill to have, especially when you have people that are near and dear to you that are sick. You can be like, I'll take care of this shit, because I think that's when I personally feel most helpless. Not to get too real on you, but that's the truth. And Karen did the countdown, of course, on the friggin' night where we started late because we were running to get coffee and trying to log into this BlizzCon ticketing system and all this other shit. She did the countdown, and instead of it matching up, it was a nightmare. Tortoise991 redeemed Ask a Question. If you watch us on Twitch, you collect these fake points, which are named souls. And you can redeem those souls for a bunch of different stuff. And by a bunch, I mean a few. And one of those things is Ask a Question, where you ask us directly. And regardless of what we're doing, if we're in the middle of reading a story, we will pause, read your question, and read it. And it'll get into an episode, so it's kind of cool. The question is, what's your favorite game show? I feel like this question is because that guy is killing it on Jeopardy right now.
There's a guy killing it on Jeopardy?
Disconnected from like the times. Yeah, the guy's like gonna break the record. You remember how that one guy won like 78 times in a row or whatever, Ken Jennings? There's a new guy, she just has no clue. There's a new guy from Vegas who's won like 30 times, and he's doing really well, but his betting strategy is like super intense because he studies gambling. So because of that, he's already racked up over $1 million, and he's like on pace to shatter the amount of money that someone has won, which was set by Ken Jennings.
Interesting.
So everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. What's your favorite game show?
I don't have a favorite game show. I don't watch game shows.
The Price is Right. The Price is Right is my favorite game show. I used to always pretend that I was sick, stay home from school, sleep till 10, wake up and watch The Price is Right.
Oh, that shopping one where you have the shopping cart and you go through Supermarket Sweep.
Supermarket Sweep was a lot of fun.
Heck yes. I used to watch that so much.
There was this thing, there was like a game show network that we had back when I was a kid, and there was this one time where I was sick and my brother was sick. and this barely ever happened, and we both stayed home from school on the same day. So we were watching the Game Show Network, and between shows, during commercial breaks, the beginning of the commercial break, it would ask you a random question, and then when you came back, it would give you the answer. And one of the questions was like, fill in the blanks. What is this phrase? And it was blank, blank, ass, blank, blank, own. So it said ass, own. And me and my brother thought it was the funniest thing we had ever seen because we were like 7 and 10.
What was the answer?
Class clown.
Oh.
But I was just like, wow, someone actually thought this was a good idea to put on television, and it was just like perfect. It was a perfect moment. So yeah, Price is Right for me.
Zwazzle says, good luck on tickets.
Thank you. We probably won't get them. We usually have a wonderful friend who's able to acquire them and get us two. That's how we've gotten in the last 2 months, but he's not going. You mean
last 2 years?
Last 2 years. He's not going this year, so now it's we're left up to our own devices.
Yeah, I'm like wearing my Overwatch jacket because I'm just like, I got it from last BlizzCon, and I'm hoping it'll give me some luck to get into this BlizzCon.
I have my StarCraft shirt, but it shows all my man titties a little bit too much under these lights, so I was like, no, I will just hope that I get in and then wear it at the show. So going through some of this stuff, a lot of folks started discussing the superpower thing. Emma says, I choose freezing and unfreezing time. That's a very popular one. Hiro Nakamura from Heroes.
Queen Caffeine says, Robin's makeup is on point. Thank you. I rushed. It's a 15-minute makeup job because I spent 15 minutes on my hair.
Karen actually replied to her own question, which is always good because I always want to know what the question asker wants, and says, I would pick shapeshifting because I would want to be anything. That's awesome. I always think about like changing my eye color and my hair color. And if you could just do it at will, that would just be so freaking cool. And with shape-shifting, you could, like, shape-shift. Like, you could basically be skinny all the time by shape-shifting into a skinny person and just be like, I eat whatever I want.
It would be cool to be like Nymphadora Tonks, where you could just change random features, like dye your own hair without actually dyeing hair.
Right.
It'd be cool. Let's see. A lot of people talking about their kitty cats, watching the show with their kitty cats. I would love to record with our kitty cat, but... She
always wants out at some point.
Yeah.
And becomes very obnoxious and starts running into cords on purpose. Emma says another cool power would be the ability to manipulate matter. That definitely would be very cool.
Miss Teasy says supermarket sweep. I'm so glad other people know what supermarket sweep is because it's not our generation, is it?
It's my generation, I think.
We're in the same generation.
Well, then it's your generation, bro. Sorry. Hate to break it to you, but, I mean, your generation knows about supermarket sweep. Karen says, my grandma was talking about the Jeopardy guy during dinner. He only missed 30 questions and has answered like 700 right. That is insane. I know he had like a couple games where he didn't miss a single question. And just to think about that is insane.
I wish I knew that much. It's usually Adam that's like, oh, you mean this? Except for last night, because I have strange, like, serial killer / cult knowledge.
Someone was just like, so Waco, Texas, and Robin's like, let me detail all the horrible things that have happened there. It was very impressive. I was just like, damn.
Adam was just like,
you listen to a lot of My Favorite Murder. Like, holy shit.
No, they haven't covered that topic.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
We should do it before they do. Then we can say they copied us.
They might have. I don't know, though.
I hate you. Akbar says, in regards to shape-shifting, it would be cool to cost calories to change shape constantly. It would be great if you burned fat by constantly shape-shifting because you could just keep changing like your hair color or whatever, and then you could just be like, okay, cool, I just burned a bunch of calories. Like your working out would basically be just having fun, and that would be amazing because working out is not always having fun. Sometimes it's really miserable.
Yeah, it's always miserable for me.
I mean, some exercise isn't miserable.
Glitch Grim says favorite game show is Legends of the Hidden Temple. That one was cool.
That was cool.
I did watch that one a lot. I used to be like, man, I want to do that.
What was the thing like when they started out? There was like a trench. I forget which event it was. There was like a trench with piranhas in it, and like so many people fell into the piranhas right off the bat. And I used to listen to Kind of Funny, and they like if they fuck something up right away, they'd be like, wow, you fell in the piranhas pretty fast. And I was like, oh my god, I remember that. I'm pretty sure that was Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Well, Legends of the Hidden Temple, you had the steps, and you had to answer questions right to go down the steps.
Right.
And then you'd have to go across like a river. You'd have to climb across the river. You wouldn't fall in if you answered a question wrong. You had to like walk across a tightrope or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that one worked.
We need to rewatch it. Yeah. Clearly. Karen says breathe underwater. Boom. Fish.
Mermaid.
Flying, boom. Bird. Lots of shape shifting. It's pretty good.
Oh my gosh, it's so smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super smart.
I am caught up on my YouTube stuff, so if you get caught up on your Twitch stuff, you can move on to your first
Chessy
story.
Cat says, I want to cosplay contestants from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That's funny.
My sister and I wanted to do that too, because it'd be so easy. You just make some
Ridiculous
iron-on
safari
vinyls.
outfit.
No, it's not a safari outfit.
I thought the guy had the safari hat.
No. So all you have to do is get helmets, right? And you could just get like a snowboarding helmet or something. And then you could just get a t-shirt. They have all the different colors. So you could do green, you could do red, you could do whatever. And then you get the iron-ons. So you get like the iron-on vinyl and you use a Cricut or something and cut out the shape of whatever team you are. And then iron it on your shirt, get some board shorts, and you're done.
A lot of thought has gone into this, clearly. So there you go.
All right. Sorry. Zalza says, my power would be to make garbage disappear / cease to exist. It would be useful and less likely for someone to find out I have a power and experiment on me.
That's funny.
Miss DC says it's my generation. Are we in the same generation too? I think we are.
I'm pretty sure anyone born after like 1980 is technically a millennial, but then there's like...
Your year is the last year.
There's going to be...
You're the oldest millennial, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's 80. Because like the U.S. Census took baby boomers to a certain spot, and then the next generation was taken in 1979. And it's not official yet. They haven't picked the dates, but like you can find the dates ranging anywhere beginning from 78 to like 85. But at some point, there's going to be another break. The other break is probably going to be 2000. And then the 2001 generation will be the people who were born in 2001 because they wouldn't have been alive except for like the early ones for 9/11. Like I think that's what the U.S. Census is going to break us apart as, at least.
I have no idea.
So who knows? We're all part of the same generation,
see.
probably.
Miss Deezy says Guts. Do you guys remember Guts?
I remember Guts.
I remember Guts.
I grew a
That's
gut.
the one where you had to climb the mountain at the end, right?
Yes, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
American Gladiators was pretty effing sweet, too, back in the
Yes.
day. American was really good, man. Like, I wanted to play the wall so bad and just get dragged down by a gladiator. It just looked like the most fun thing in the world. And, like, you'd watch the show. Like, for those of you who watched American Gladiators, the original, like...
I like the big Q-tips.
There's the gauntlet. That's really fun, the joust. There's the gauntlet where you have to, like, run up and, like, grab a big-ass Nerf gun and shoot a target.
Yeah.
And you get one shot per gun. And then you, like, every time you miss, you have to run to the next gun, which gets closer to the gladiator, who has his endless Nerf balls he's shooting at you. And, like... Me and my brother used to watch it, and we'd, like, see the angle that people were using, and we'd be like, that's not going to fucking hit. Like, what an idiot. And then some people would just nail it first shot. So.
Queen Caffeine. Oh, no. Abe's Monster says, oh, no, geez, I'm so behind. Glitch Grim says, you remember the American Gladiators game on the NES Classic?
Yes, I do. A-B to climb the wall.
I've
Those are
never-
your hands.
That's a thing?
Yeah. A and B are buttons, and then you have
No,
to
no,
alternate
but I
hands to
didn't
climb
know
the wall.
that game was a thing.
Yeah, it's fucking hard.
All
Like,
right.
it's really hard, dude.
Abe's Monster says, I really liked Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
That one was pretty cute.
That one makes me feel stupid.
It does. It's, like, meant to get, like, the smartest fifth graders in the world, or in our country, and then make people feel dumb.
But they're simple questions that you would normally, if you were that old, you'd remember.
I gotta say, like, there was a lot. This is a long fucking answer to this question, but there was a lot of hype surrounding Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I remember my freshman year in high school, the first guy won, and like that's all anyone talked about the next day at school. Like the teachers and the kids, like each class, all 7 periods I went to, the first 10 to 20 minutes of each class were people being like, the last question wasn't hard at all. And like we all just debate because like the winning question. This is how much I remember this shit. The winning question was, what variety TV show was Richard Nixon a regular on? And it was Laugh-In because he used to have this thing where he'd be like, "Sock it to me," and even I knew that, and I wasn't alive when it was out, and I was like, "Yeah, that was an easy fucking question." And that guy was like the age where he would have grown up with that show, so it's like it was supposed to be the $1 million question, and it was just super easy, and everyone was like rolling their eyes about it, and the dude used the phone a friend or whatever they call it, the lifeline, to call his dad and be like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm about to win $1 million." Like he knew the answer, he just wanted to be a dick about it, and it's kind of funny. So there you go.
Right.
This is a like way long tangent.
Okay. And let's see. Queen Caffeine says, I really liked Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares is cool.
I've never seen it.
Akbar, thank you for joining us. We understand if you got to go. The video will be on YouTube moments after we finish, and by moments, I mean probably like 30 minutes to an hour. It takes a little while to upload, but
Spooky Zora says their
it'll be there.
neighbor. Spooky Zora says their neighbor was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
no shit.
That
That's
would've
super
been
cool.
All right, so I'm going to go into my next story.
Give us a nice transition.
The next email is titled Homegrown Horror to Share, and a big hello from England.
Well, a big hello from America. I love getting emails from other countries.
Salutations.
Greetings and salutations. This is a lot of stuff from Europe because the first one was Barcelona, and now this one is England.
that makes me feel good that we're getting international stories.
Right. We usually get Asian international stories, which I am 100% okay with. But yeah, a little bit of Europe never hurt anyone.
My name is hello, Robin and Adam.
Okay, I was gonna make a really bad joke. That's okay. I was gonna say a little bit of Europe never hurt anyone, but like that.
Oh no, that's a bad joke.
Yeah, I was gonna
just
say
stop
like
talking.
Tell that to all the people that have been invaded.
Let's just shut up now. Hello, Robin and Adam.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Hannah, and I am from Essex in England. That is so cool. I have been listening to your podcast since October of 2018, and I bloody love it. It literally says, I bloody love it.
I like it.
I've been watching so much Buffy and Giles.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Anyway.
I hate that we get an email from England. You're like, let me turn this into something about Buffy.
I listen to you every day in the car, to and from work, and you brighten up my journeys. I listened to your most recent podcast today, and you mentioned visiting the UK and getting some recommendations for food if you do visit. I have listed them in the email at the bottom for you, along with a picture of my Omen baby, whose name is Bear.
Aw.
So, my homegrown horror starts on New Year's Eve of 1993 when I was 6 years old.
I was 8.
Good to know.
I thought you were going to say how old you were. I thought we were all going to share, but you're going to be judgmental about that.
I was 4. My parents held a party at our new house to bring in the millennium. The guests were all family, and no more than around a dozen people were in attendance. Now, this part of the story actually happened to my cousin, who was around 20 at the time. As the party was in full swing, she had just been to the bathroom and had walked down the stairs and turned around to see an old lady at the top. She approached my mom and said, "I didn't realize little Nanny was here." Little Nanny is my great-grandmother, who at the time was in her late 80s. My mom said that she was not here and was tucked up in bed at the time, as it was too late for her to stay up. My cousin said, "Then who was the lady with white hair at the top of the stairs?"
Oh my God.
What? My mom was confused and also a bit shocked and came out of the kitchen to look at the top of the stairs, but no one was there. All of the guests that evening were either aunties, uncles, and cousins who were in their 20s and 30s, apart from my grandma and granddad, who did not have white hair. My cousin recalls she was wearing a jumper and a long skirt. So jumper means sweater.
Yes.
We know that now.
We had someone else say jumper before, and we're like, well, this is what jumper means to us.
Yeah.
Now we know jumper means sweater if you're saying it from the Europe region.
So jumper and a long skirt. Her hair was short and white, and she had a blank expression on her face. Since then, there have been numerous experiences that myself and my family members cannot explain. These experiences always happen at the top of the stairs.
Oh my God.
I feel like someone got pushed down those stairs at one point.
And the worst part is if you have a ghost at the top of your stairs, you just worry that you're going to get pushed or tripped down the stairs.
We have heard noises upstairs when everyone is downstairs, sharp breathing and flashes in the corner of our eye as if someone has walked past quickly, just out of eyesight. That's scary.
That is super scary.
I freak out when I think that happens to me.
But you freak out at a lot of stuff.
Yeah, shut up.
We were recording the last episode, and there was a gnat flying around the office, and there was like a 2-minute delay for Robin to have a panic attack and then cover herself with the blanket on her chair. It was bigger than a gnat,
just saying.
It was a gnat. I think it was a fruit fly, so it was a little bit bigger than a gnat.
Anyway, my most poignant encounter happened when I was around 14 years old. I was making my way downtown. I was making my way down the landing and to the first step when I felt a sharp breath in my ear and the sound of someone groaning. It just sounds weird. Like if I was a ghost, I would wait for someone to be on the stairs and I'd be like, ooh. Oh my God. It was sudden and was over in a flash, but it made me shoot down the stairs immediately. I would too if there were no one on the stairs with me and I had just felt a breath. And there was no one.
And you heard something in your ear. Yeah, I'd be gone.
I would bolt. My dad was in the kitchen downstairs and heard my loud footsteps and asked if I was okay, to which I replied, I heard a noise in my ear at the top of the stairs. He could tell I was upset and shocked, but tried to make a joke out of it. Don't make a joke out of it. Take it seriously.
I mean, you're trying to diffuse the situation, but at the same time, you don't want to like completely remove credibility from the
but you don't want to freak your kid out.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, I don't believe you, but you want to like just let them realize like everything's okay. Even if it's not. Like they could have been about to die. Just saying. That
night, my mom came into my room and asked me what had happened at the top of the stairs. I told her what happened, and she then told me about my cousin's experience at New Year's in 1993. I had not been told the story before that day. We've lived in our house now for 22 years, and on occasions, we still hear strange noises. I often feel uneasy when I'm at the top of the stairs, and our dogs always seem to stare and bark at this particular place. No one ever saw the old lady again, but it's now a running joke. Whenever something weird happens, we always blame it on her. I hope you enjoyed my homegrown horror. I'm sorry if it was long. It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Keep on creeping on, Hannah.
I will say, I think it's very funny because what if it was just like an old lady who got lost and went into the wrong house, and like,
But it's at the top of the stairs.
but yeah, she walked upstairs because like old people can be senile, and at some point she realized at the top of the stairs like, oh no, like this isn't my house, and then someone saw her and they're like, it's a spooky ghost, and they ran away, and the old lady's like tiptoeing out of the house, and then after that it was always the legend of some like creepy ghost lady, and
that
it was
would
like
be
the
a
neighbor the whole time.
Story.
That would be very funny. Realistically though, it's like, how likely is that? I guess it's more likely than it being a spirit, but still very, very unlikely. So
cool.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. She also included a list of typical British food that we should try if we ever go there.
Read them off. You don't have to read the full definitions. I was told about this list, but like, let's hear the things that we need to try.
Okay, so roast dinner, which is probably what we have when we go to the Wizard World at Universal Studios, where it's like a Thanksgiving dinner. So
okay.
Yeah. And apple crumb and custard. That sounds good because I love apple pie and I love custard.
I love apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur.
A sausage roll. They say, Adam, it's your savory pastry heaven.
Oh, it sounds good. Oh my God, it sounds good.
Fish and chips, obviously.
Yes.
Scotch eggs. Our friends had Scotch eggs when we went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant out here, and it looked interesting. Oh, no, was it Scotch egg?
I have no idea what they had, so I was just going to trust you with that.
Okay, maybe it wasn't Scotch egg. It was something else.
I know someone at that dinner had beef Wellington.
That's what it was.
Which is, I think, very different than Scotch eggs.
Yes, it's very different. A Scotch egg is an egg that's wrapped in ground beef and then wrapped in breadcrumbs and stuff and then fried, I think.
will have it.
A full English breakfast. That sounds really good. Bangers and mash. Heard of that before.
Yes, want bangers and mash.
Pie and mash. Steak and ale pie is the most popular. That sounds interesting.
As the ale pie, what's throwing you off?
Trifle, which I would totally do because custard and jelly. Hello. Bread and butter pudding and spotted dick, which is like hot sponge pudding.
Usually that's a bad sign if the dick is spotted and you want to avoid it, but hey, it's part of the culture, so I will try it. Just saying. I'm
excited to try all these foods because I've never had them before. It'll be really interesting.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sending that in. We appreciate the story. And on top of that, we appreciate all the recommendations for if and when we make our way across the pond.
It's when, because it's going to happen.
I can't wait. It's going to be super fun. So thank you one more time for sending that. And at this point, it lines up really well because we can read some stream chat, but most importantly, it is a minute away from BlizzCon tickets becoming available. Minute 30 seconds. So while we read through these, our things are going to be ticking on our screens. And you'll be able to witness us not get BlizzCon tickets and be super disappointed. So I hope you're ready for that because it's probably going to happen.
I hope not.
It's kind of funny because I was reading some of the chat while you were doing your story. And Karen said, hey, Adam, a little Buffy never hurt anyone because it said a little whatever never hurt anyone in the email. And I replied with, but a lot of Buffy can drive someone crazy.
I watch a lot of Buffy and I'm not crazy. I just got to my favorite episode yesterday too, which is Hush. And it's all about the gentleman. And it's just that silent episode, and it is the best.
It's my favorite episode, too, because if you close your eyes, you can pretend like you're not watching Buffy. Ow, ow, ow.
The Snark says, I don't like it when no one is around either. That's how you die. Wow. Quote, unquote, no one. Get it?
Yeah,
it's a Game of Thrones reference.
I get it. Blanca says, hello. Hello, Blanca. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, shit, it's 7. 35 seconds.
33 seconds.
Sorry.
Etsley says, when I was 8, I accidentally walked into my grandma's neighbor's house and we all blinked at each other before I said, you're not my grandma, and backed out. That's incredible.
That's so
I love that story. You're not my grandma. And then you just leave like that person's probably like, I'm not your grandmother. What the hell is this kid doing in my house?
We're in line.
I'm not in line. I have 12 seconds to wait. How are you 2 seconds behind me and then all of a sudden you were in line in front of me? Oh my God, this is so stressful.
It is stressful.
Kat says, oh my God, this email is making me hungry. Yeah, same. That was a good email. Please, God, let me get in. I just want tickets. I just want to enjoy myself.
I just want tickets.
It's November 1st and 2nd, Friday and Saturday at Anaheim Convention Center. So if we're out in that direction, My little guy's way further than yours.
Yeah, our little guys are at the front. Did you get in?
Well, I'm loading, so I'll be told right now that I'm not going to get tickets. No, I'm not a bot. I'm a human being.
Sorry, we know this isn't like the best. Okay.
Fuck yes.
I want to, footman.
One of each. 4 tickets max. Got it. Best available ticket, any level price, or just BlizzCon Pass?
Pass.
Cool. We're going to get in because this didn't happen last time. 2 tickets.
Oh,
Continue.
I got it too. Okay, cool. You're done? Well,
No,
I'll wait
done.
till you're done, and I'll get in.
What you can do is read the chat for the time being.
Oh, okay.
Unless you had other things that you want to do.
I just am on mine. Mine is, I'm like in, so if yours doesn't work out.
Okay.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing them.
Of course, it's like check your authenticator because you have to have 7 different levels of authentication to get into
Okay,
this.
so let's see. Glitch says, I was out by Bog last night and I heard something say I'm old Greg. What's Bog? What is Bog?
I don't know.
Zwalza said, did you ask where young Greg was? Glitch says it was a bad joke. I don't get it. Tell us what the joke means. The Snark says, have you tried Cornish pasty? I have, because there's a pasty shop out here that my sister took me to.
And I made a joke about pasties like I always do when she brings it up.
But they were really, really good. I also had like a ridiculously high percentage beer while I was there. It was delicious. My sister obviously drove us home. But it was really good. I think we got like 5 because we took a bunch home. The Snark also says Scotch eggs are amazing. Spooky Zora also says a good Scotch egg is amazing. Oh my god.
You can keep reading.
Okay, sorry. The Snark says, I have no idea what treacle tarts taste like. I have no idea what that is. La la la. The Snark says, such a great episode. Yes, Hush is such a great episode. And I seriously could watch the series Buffy over and over again. And I've gotten to...
She has in the past.
Yes. And I've gotten to parts that I don't like. And I know I'm about to come up on other parts that I hate. But right now, I'm in a happy place where I got to see Hush. And it was good. Chessie Cat says, Buffy is the best. Spooky Zora says, I thought Bubble and Squeak was a U.S. Southern food. I've never heard of that. It's curious. I have to look it up now. Bubble and Squeak.
I've never heard of that before.
Is it like boba? Swalza says Buffy is great. Lots of people think Buffy is great.
So I'd like to announce a meetup for November 1st and 2nd at some point because we
Yay!
have achieved our goal of getting BlizzCon tickets for 2019, and we got one that comes with the grunt and one that comes with the footman, and I'm very, very happy.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully they don't re-announce Diablo Immortal so everyone can boo their fucking lungs out. But I'm very, very excited to go. BlizzCon is amazing. If you're a Blizzard fan, I highly recommend going if you can get tickets.
Right now is ticket time, so you should go and buy them right now.
Just saying, if you ever get a chance to go, I would do it because then you're going to want to go all the time. I'm on the confirmation screen. I've saved the confirmation. I'm sure my card has been charged, and I'm so
we got charged.
I am so nervous right now to close this because I'm like, if I close it, it's going to erase everything. I know we have to download this stupid app to like have, and if your phone is dead, then you can't get into BlizzCon, or you have to go to like help desk or whatever.
Our bank account is so sad now.
Our bank account is just a sad face. Is this our bank account?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, we'll make it. Don't worry about us. But yeah, we were very careful with the new money that I'm getting from this job to see if we're gonna be able to get in.
So we're very excited. Yay! It's because I wore my Blizzard.
Yeah,
hoodie.
we'll give all the credit to Robin. That's totally fine with me.
All right, so I love that everyone's like, the excitement is palpable. Chessie Cat says, Blizzard is coming to Denver Comic Con this year. That's kind of cool.
That is super cool.
I wonder why. They never do that.
Do
they?
Know. I don't know. It just told me, like, are you sure you want to leave? Some things might not be saved. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing to me right now?
Glitchgrim said so the bog thing is from a British comedy called The Mighty Boosh, and a bog is like a pound, which is like $1. It's like $2 really. Abe's Monster says, I haven't looked at the Denver Comic Con schedule yet, but from what I've heard, there's going to be a lot of cool people. If there's David Tennant, I really want to go. I really want to go to Anime Expo. I think that'd be super cool.
They said screen cap the confirmation. I have screen capped it. I have gone to print the confirmation and saved it as a PDF, so I have it in multiple variations, but I have to close it now. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to minimize it because I'm too worried to close it, and I don't have to close it if I don't want to. I'm a grown-ass man. So.
Okay. The Snark says, I think my favorite is Once More with Feeling. That is also my sister's favorite.
That's the one I thought was Robin's favorite. I forgot that Hush is her favorite episode.
I love Hush.
Is Blink still your favorite episode of Doctor Who?
Yeah, that has to be everyone's favorite episode.
I knew that shit. My favorite episode's a two-parter, and it's the one where they find the devil at the edge of space. I forget what it's called. The Impossible Planet. That's what it's called.
That what it? Okay.
It's a David Tennant episode, and I'm a Matt Smith guy, so that just tells you how good that episode is. Oh my god, dude! I don't really get nervous to do the show anymore because like our listener base is amazing, and it's just like a nervousness of like stuff working. But I was so nervous about those fucking tickets. Like you have no idea.
I wonder why you got in first.
I don't know.
My queue here didn't even. No, whatever.
What matters is we got the tickets.
Yeah.
And hopefully, even though we had multiple devices getting in line, we didn't knock anyone else out of line because of like, you know, the fact we didn't buy tickets.
Yeah, I closed all my windows.
Cool.
All right. So Miss Deezy says, I'll be back later. Gonna try Everybody's Golf VR.
Nice.
Hopefully
that sounds
it's good.
awesome because I like Everybody's Golf, and VR is also a very fun thing to do.
I just love VR.
If it's good, I might just go ahead and buy that. Actually, no, because I just bought BlizzCon tickets, so I won't be buying anything for myself for a while. Oh, it's like an early birthday gift. I'm so excited.
Let's see.
Etsley says, it was mortifying, LMAO, but luckily my family has finally forgotten about it in regards to, hey, you're not my grandma. That's so stinking funny. And some people said yay and congratulations to us for getting into BlizzCon. So thank you.
Yay! I'm very happy. Chessie Cat says they got a picture with David Tennant and Billie Piper.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. I wish I could. My sister has pictures of her with
Castle.
Well, yes, Nathan Fillion. But she also has pictures with the guy that plays Captain Jack Harkness. What is his name?
John Barrowman.
John Barrowman. Yes. And they are adorable pictures because he's so amazingly flamboyant. So his poses are so cute.
He's very fun with his fans.
All right. The Snark says, Silence in the Library broke me.
That's a really good episode.
That's a very good episode. That is also a very depressing episode. It also says Diamond Planet is one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes. And everyone's talking about the library. Good Man Goes to War. Oh
That's
my
really
gosh.
There's a lot of really good episodes.
Queen Caffeine says Buffy was kind of meh. You know, a lot of people like Buffy and a lot of people don't like Buffy. And I think it's just you like it or you don't. Like him, he doesn't like it.
I like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie.
I've never seen it.
I'm an OC guy. I also like Stargate the movie, and I don't like Stargate the show.
Buffy the movie.
James Spader isn't in the show, so it's not Stargate, and Kurt Russell's not in the show.
I like Stargate SG-1.
I haven't seen it. I say I don't like it. I've just never seen it.
Yeah, so like Buffy is super cheesy. It's super campy. It's super old school. It's not like hip, you know, it's not super interesting. It's Monster of the Week.
Yeah, it's definitely a Monster of the Week show.
So it's not like Supernatural where it's
I like
really,
Supernatural better.
Supernatural has a better storyline.
Well, yeah, the thing with Supernatural
other than them
is
dying all
they
the time.
recycle the fact that they're mad at each other like twice a season for 15 seasons, and it gets super, super annoying because it's like at some point after you've been through everything, aren't you just going to trust the other person? And it's like, no, they're not. It's like, okay, well, cool, no character growth or whatever.
Their lives for each other, but they still hate each other.
And they don't talk to each
weird.
other. It's just dumb. It gets me annoyed very often, but I don't know. We don't need to shit on a bunch of TV shows that we watch like a lot. I shit on How I Met Your Mother all the time, and I watch it once a year, so I'm just saying.
I know Joss Whedon did not like Buffy the movie. He didn't like how it went. And so when they offered him, hey, do you want to do a TV show? He's like, heck yeah.
Heck yeah, let me ruin this. Just going to twist this a little bit.
I'll ruin you.
I believe that.
All right. Aw, Queen Caffeine asks, is anyone crying that Supernatural's ending? I'm really sad that Supernatural's ending, but at the same time, it's time.
Yeah, it's definitely time.
They've spent 15 years of their lives.
300 plus episodes is a lot of episodes for anything.
They've grown up during this show.
Yeah.
And so it's
Shout out to Gil 6. Thank you for joining us, Gil 6. What's up?
Hello. It's time for them to stop.
Yeah.
It's time for them to move on with their lives. I mean,
it's just such a big part of their lives for so long that it's definitely super emotional.
Yeah.
And like,
but
that's
Jensen
just
Ackles started his own beer, his brewery and stuff like that. And so they have new business ventures to go out and do. and new things in their life to go out
The
and
other
do,
thing, too,
so.
is once you end something, and I think a lot of people lose sight of this. Once you end something, you think like, oh, this is sad. Like, there's no more of it. No, that's not the case. What you've done will exist forever unless someone comes along and destroys it. And it's like, you should be incredibly proud of the fact that you've made something. And like, if you can make it perfect or you can make it really well and then end it, I always think that that's so much better than making it really well and then letting it get worse and worse and worse until you were just like, never mind, I don't want to do this anymore. Because like, you can always just like, what are we talking about right now? How much Robin has rewatched Buffy? Like, what I'm saying is like, if you have something that's really freaking good, it doesn't have to be super long. And you don't have to be sad that it goes away. Something like Breaking Bad.
Look at Firefly.
Don't know. Haven't seen Firefly. You know that. You were very
I
aware
thought we
of
watched
that.
it together.
We watched like 2 episodes together, and then you changed to watch Buffy because you were talking about like, oh, Joss Whedon did this one too. Let's do this one instead.
Fine.
So.
Anyway.
All right. I think we are about caught up on all the chat. So
yeah, we took
a
big break for buying tickets, and now it's back to the story.
Cool. So I'm going to move on to my second one of the night. And this one's subject is fat ghost or person in the walls. You pick. And it starts out like this. Hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. I have written in twice so far. Thank you for writing. In parentheses, last one was the ghost spooning. I know you guys get lots of emails, so if you don't remember me, no worries. We definitely remember you. Here's a quick story that is currently going on in my office. My office has an alarm system that is motion activated.
Nope. No. Anytime motion activated stuff goes off on its own, it freaks me out.
There are sensors and cameras both upstairs and downstairs.
Move.
To get into the office in the morning, you have to unlock the door and then unlock a security gate and then turn off an alarm. I've done that before.
Right,
I worked
me
retail.
too.
That's kind of a standard thing. If the alarm is not turned off, then it'll go off and call the police. It is crazy loud, and I've set it off before, and it is the worst. Same. I have totally had my alarm go off multiple times. Pretty much at every store I've ever ran, I have had the alarm go off, and it is a nightmare because the police call. Sometimes they show up, and it's so loud you can't hear yourself think, and then you're trying to deactivate it, and you forget the code because it's so loud. It's just a disaster. So I'm going to get back to the email now because Robin's just staring at me. For the past few weeks, the alarm has been going off between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. every night. When this happens, the CEO of the company gets a phone call from the police and has to let them know if he wants them to go into the building to check it out or not. The CEO has access to the cameras and can look at them from home. When he does not see anything and the door is always locked, so he tells the police it is a false alarm. The door is always still locked when we get there the next day, and the gate is still closed. We have a mouse in our office, so we thought that may be the mouse setting it off.
But there's no way.
You don't know. I mean, it's really hard to tell. Yesterday, we had someone from the alarm company come to see if they could do anything about it. The alarm guy was looking around and told us that what was happening was the sensor by the door was being activated, and then a few minutes later, an upstairs sensor was being activated.
Shut up.
We asked him if the mouse could be setting off the alarm, and the alarm guy said that in order to set off the alarm, it has to be something close to 50 pounds. The alarm guy decided to move the sensors just in case the placement was setting them off, and we figured problem solved. But last night, the alarms went off again as usual, and nothing was visible on the cameras. So we are all super creeped out now,
my God.
and most of us are going with the theory that either someone is living in our walls or we have a 50-plus pound ghost.
Oh, my gosh.
Love the podcast. Love both of you. Hope you have a great day, America.
I love that.
That is so good.
Title being either really fat ghost.
Really fat ghost or person living in the walls, you pick.
That was a good one.
We are going to need follow-up. If the alarm stopped going off, just let us know, like, hey, the alarm situation straightened itself out. But if you're working one day and some dude with a grizzly beard and super long hair collapses through the ceiling or comes out of the walls, problem solved. Not to mention, we need to know about it. So thank you so much for sending that in. That's one of the ones that I like to point out is like, this is really funny. It's not necessarily supernatural, but it is definitely hilarious.
Super funny.
So thank you for sending that in, America. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a good one.
This is the perfect example of people are saying like, I have a lot of stories, like I'll send them later. This is why you should send them later because they just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, it's good.
So awesome.
All right, so to the chat. Chelsea Cat says, my life is a vicious cycle right now. I'm laughing at the live stream, and that makes me cough, and then that makes my ribs hurt, but the pain is worth it.
I do the show, and then I cough in between takes, and nowadays I'm trying not to cough on the live show. By nowadays, I mean today. Then I lay down, fall asleep for a few hours, wake up, and all the stuff is pooled in my lungs, and I start coughing, and I can't stop for an hour. Then I have to go sleep in the guest room alone, and sad, and I wake up and I feel like I haven't slept, and that's how it's been like 2 of the last 3 nights, and I feel you because it's miserable. So
This story reminds me of the movie on Netflix called Housebound.
yes,
You guys should watch it. It's really cute, really funny. I mean, it's kind of scary at the beginning, but it's a good movie. You guys should totally watch it.
the twist makes things not make sense earlier in the movie, but it doesn't
But
exactly
it
ruin
doesn't
the movie.
ruin the movie. It's just fun movie fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun movie fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to Taylor who says, woo, finally made it. Actually, it's
Woo.
woo-hoo finally made it.
Thank you for showing up and joining us.
Emma says, Firefly is so good, and Kat agrees Firefly is dope. Shout out to Alexandra who has made it. Hooray, we're happy to have you. Thank you for joining us. Taylor says, I tried to time my day right and feed my baby kitties at 6, hoping it was enough to catch the stream, but no, it took the whole dang hour to feed them. It's just how it goes, man. Like, children and pets will steal away as much of your money and time as possible. And realistically, like, pets are nothing compared to a child. But for those of us who don't have children and have pets, that doesn't mean that it makes it any easier. So, understandable.
Especially when they crap in the middle of
My
the night.
God, dude.
So gross.
Start barking at 2 a.m., shit themselves at 4 a.m., and have it all over your bedroom. That was just, it happened to us recently. It was a nightmare, and we both woke up like, okay, like, let's clean the entire carpet with all the different cleaning products that we have, and it was just not fun at all.
And we also don't have enough cleaning products, apparently.
We had enough for that night, we ran out of
now-
stuff because we were like, oh my God, I can still see it, I can still smell it. It was really
Life
bad.
lesson, always be prepared.
This is very true.
All right, so I'm going to head into the next email here, and the title of this one is called Premonition / Astral Travel. Feel free to share.
Cool.
Awesome. Hello, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
It's Kitty again, and I have a story that I want to share. I just don't know how to start and write this because this is really sad and personal. Okay, so that's...
We appreciate you letting us know.
Anyway, back in 2003 in the Philippines, my then boyfriend migrated to California. So after a year of a long-distance relationship, we lost communication and moved on with our lives. But 2009, he suddenly slides in on Messenger, and we talked and kind of got back together.
Lots of silence, Robin.
No,
Any
I'm just,
thoughts?
I've done the long distance relationship thing, and I know how hard they can be. But then he slides back into your DMs 6 years later.
It's a long time.
So August of
Robin is just so distracted right now. She
because we just got BlizzCon tickets. So August of 2009, we were video chatting like we normally do, and he said to me, I want you to find a guy who's like me, would love and care for you like I do. I thought that was weird, but he was in a hurry and ended the chat. After 2 days, his sister called me and said that he got into a car accident and didn't make it.
Holy shit. We've gotten multiple ones that are similar to this, and that is always so shocking.
Oh my gosh, okay. I couldn't believe it, and I realized that what he told me was kind of a premonition. Yeah, that's super scary. Like, imagine one day being like, I want you to find a guy that's like me, and then that happens. It's just so intense.
If that were to happen to me, it would be you saying something to me over the call, and you'd be like, you can never move on. Never find anyone. No one will ever be as good as me. And I hear that a lot, so I wouldn't even know that it was a premonition. I would definitely be incredibly sad and broken. Just saying.
I couldn't accept what happened, so I tried everything to communicate with him, quote unquote communicate with him. Did research and got help from people. So every night, I'm not sure if I was dreaming or astral traveling, but I always end up at the accident site and was looking for him. Of course, no luck until I saw a man and he asked me if I do really want to see how he looked after the accident. Of course, I got scared. I'd be scared too if someone was like, you want to see how he looks after the accident?
That's a crazy question to get in a crazy situation.
And finally, one night in my dreams, he showed up and said sorry and goodbye. We hugged and let go. That's really good.
What was the answer to the question? When they asked, do you want to see what I look like after the accident?
She just got scared. That's it.
That's all it says is I got scared, but it doesn't say if they said yes or no. So I'm going to assume no.
Sometimes I'm confused with dreaming and astral traveling because when I was a kid, I used to watch myself sleep.
So you were creeping on yourself when you were a kid. That's pretty impressive, actually.
There's an episode of So Weird about astral traveling. So I can see that like a kid sleeping and just imagine being the person above that, your body, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's creepy.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, it's hilarious to me because, like, when you see stuff like Paranormal Activity, where you see the chick sleepwalking and, like, staring at her boyfriend for, like, 2 hours, it's just funny to me that it's like you were doing that to yourself. Because when you see that stuff, you're like, oh, yeah, I'd break up with that person. But how do you break up with yourself? You really can't. So.
Okay. Sorry this is too long, but it still makes me cry. Feel free to share. It is not at all too long, and that is a very personal story, and thank you so much for sharing it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and like realistically, I understand when you have something super traumatic happen that it's very difficult to write in.
Well, and it's very hard to let go of those types of things.
It's always nice when we have these come in and you guys tell us about the closure that you were able to get. Because, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's so real to you. That's what really matters. And when you have people out there who have suffered traumatic experiences like that, and there's so many folks who have had that, I don't know, it gives you a sense of peace to know, like, there is closure beyond, like, what you think is normally possible. And we've gotten so many of these emails from so many different types of people that it's like, some of the first emails that we got were like, here's an experience of mine that's super spiritual that gave me closure. P.S., like, I'm an atheist and I don't believe in any of this stuff, but this happened to me. And I think it's just very powerful. All walks of life email us stuff like that. So we appreciate it because it really does help people to hear that stuff. And I know it's hard to write. So thank you for sending that in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So let's go ahead and move over to Stream Chat. I saw Sakura's name pop up there just now. And it has 3 crying emojis. And she's the one that sent that.
Aww.
So I'm glad that you were able to see us read this. And thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for sending that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not an easy thing to deal with a loss like that. And I think it really does help to hear about it. And it's got to help to talk about it at least a little bit, even if it brings all that stuff up to the surface. So shout out to you. You're awesome. We appreciate you.
Not much on my side other than Trip 7 arriving. Hello.
What up, Trip 7? Karen, in regards to me saying it's one of those things where you, like, see your spouse staring at you for hours while they're sleepwalking, responded, "This is why I am forever single. I'm a single Pringle." And Kat and Emma both did the up carrot to say, like, I agree with this statement. So it's pretty good stuff. And Kat says, flaming Pringles. That's hilarious. What else do we got? And then Taylor says, now I want chips. So there you go. That's like all the stuff that I got over here too. Yeah, so
it was really short. So.
That was a short one, so we can move pretty quickly into our next one, which is good because we took such a long break to try and get BlizzCon tickets.
Sorry about that.
No big deal. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move into my last one of the show, and this one's subject is Office Ghost, which is funny because I just looked at it and saw Office Ghost and thought, am I reading the same one again? And then I looked down and it's like, no, I am not. There's 2 Office Ghost emails this show, and I'm super excited. And it starts out like this. Aloha, Robin and Adam.
I'm pretty sure it's aloha.
Okay, cool. That's what they said. Hello. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say aloha because Robin will correct me. It's Joe from the Big Island again, a.k.a. Squidward's dad on Discord. But I'm not on much because there are a lot of notifications, and I am scrupulous about checking notifications. So if I don't read them all to catch up, it gives me anxiety. So I don't read any at all, LMAO.
That's
you literally just described me. When they get overwhelming, I'm like, oh my God, there's too many, and I just dismiss them all. And then after a couple of days, I get back into Discord and see everything I missed.
I'm guilty of doing that to my other servers. And I'm part of like the Xbox Ambassadors one, and then I have like the Stella Chu one, and some artists that I like. And I'm part of all their servers. And sometimes every once in a while I'll check in. But most of the time when it comes to Discord, I literally just like mark all as read.
What I will do, and this is 100% honest, is I'll get on there and see if anyone has added me. And if I don't see it, then I'm like, cool. And then I mark all as read because I'm like, all right, I will go back in and read these. But like right now I need some Adam time. So like sometimes I'll miss stuff that's been atted at me. But recently I think I've been doing pretty good. That said, this email is a little bit long, so I should probably get back to it. It goes on to say, but please know, I love the Scarish community and support you all. Heart.
My sister's calling me.
That's funny because she should know we're live on the air. Anyway, I'm finally caught up with your pod, bros, which sucks because that means I have to wait each week like I'm in the early 2000s for another spoonful of my favorite podcast. I've resorted to going back and listening to my favorite episodes because there's no podcast quite like yours. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. I'm sending another, in parentheses, really long, story, partially because you are starving for more backlog and I would like to contribute, and I honestly see myself listening to you guys until we all die someday.
Aww.
So if anyone is reading, please open your emails and send them your stories. I am begging you. We appreciate you putting that call out, and we've been getting a decent number so we can kind of keep pace and build a backlog again. So send in your stories. We appreciate every single one of them.
Yep.
And also particularly because some weird shit happened just last week, and the first thing I wanted to do was write you to tell you about it.
Aw.
It's easier when it's fresh in the mind than having to conjure up an obscure, creepy memory from the wired earphone days. This may get complicated because
I still
there are
wired earphones.
I do too. I read that. I'm like, I'm so old. This may get complicated because these are separate stories. So here goes. A couple years back, my company paid for an associate on the mainland to come to our office here in Hawaii to do insert corporate jargon here. And she had never been here before. So she went exploring as you do when you are scheduled to be in Hawaii for weeks at a time. I am already nervous for this person because
there's
I know
a lot of stuff that could happen in Hawaii.
There's a lot of things that you shouldn't explore, and there's a lot of rules you need to know if you're going to go exploring.
A lot of things you shouldn't touch.
And you shouldn't take home with you. On her final visit with us last year, she unfortunately took home some sand as a memory of her fun days here.
Yeah, no.
But this wasn't just regular white or golden sand from a
sand,
beautiful beach, okay? This was green sand from Green Sand Beach, a.k.a. I'm going to let you try and read this word. Papakoloa? Nope, I probably said it wrong. Papakolea Beach. Papakolea Beach, which is at the southernmost point of the Big Island of the state and therefore the U.S. For obvious reasons, it is sacred. First, for where it is located, and second, for its unique color. We always told her not to take any lava rocks home, which tourists always roll an eye at, but regret it immediately when they return home and dumb shit happens to them because they didn't listen.
There's like beaches that are made of, their sand is lava rock.
What?
That's because that's how sand's created, right? It's all just weathering and stuff, and that's what creates all the sand. So that's why some beaches, their sand is more coarse than others, but that's why some sand is made of lava rocks. Like, why would you take it?
It all makes sense now. Just don't take shit. That's what it comes down to. So she was careful not to take any rocks, but she took home extra special sand, which is worse, LMFAO. So anyways, a series of bad things started happening to her. So she, of course, sent us back the sand, in parentheses, and addressed it to me specifically, shake my head, which sucks because then we have it in our office, which could potentially curse our office until we return to where she found it. Excuse me. Just need to mark me clearing my throat because I know that sounds gross. So anyway, none of us regularly make the trip to the South Point, which is funny because that's the name of a casino right down the road, which is where you go to get green sand. So we had it for almost half a year.
Wow.
In the meantime, our office has experienced tumultuous times, and we kind of just blame it on the sand sitting above our cubicles because no one wants to touch it. We placed a fresh tea leaf, T-I?
Tea leaf?
Tea leaf. Lost my place, sorry. We placed a fresh tea leaf and Hawaiian salt on top so we could suppress any bad spirits that were hovering over / inside the package. In Hawaii, we take this shit seriously, but apparently not seriously enough to travel down to the beach to dump it.
So there's stories about tea leaf. So if there's a story where a volcano erupted, but a woman had come to a particular house and told them to surround your house with tea leaves. And they did it, and the lava went around their house.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing this story.
It's like the story of Pele or something. But, yeah, so tea leaves are very important things. Okay.
So the story goes on. It says, anyway, maybe a couple of months ago, we finally got rid of the sand, and we started feeling the air become lighter in our office. But, oh, no, I skipped some stuff. No. Back up. We're going to rewind. Everyone, we're rewinding. So, okay. They decided that they weren't going to go because they're lazy, but they take this shit seriously. It goes on to say, so seriously that I sent a photo of the package to my friends to laugh about how dumb people can be, but then asked them to delete the photo from their messages because I didn't want bad stuff happening to them. Because as we all know, the image of an angel becomes an angel. LOL. Anyway, maybe a couple months ago, it's like they knew that I was going to make that joke because they put LOL in their email. Maybe a couple months ago, we finally got rid of the sand and we started feeling the air become lighter in our office. But just last week, we had a very eerie experience here. Sans green sand. So I'm not sure if the office has a spirit living in it or not, but I'm guessing it wasn't due to the sand. So we all kind of joke about it, but we don't talk about the ghost that's living in the office.
That's creepy.
My coworker has expressed many times that she's heard computer typing when she's the only one in the office. My mom, who used to clean the office...
That's weird. If you hear just that
clacking,
typing...
Yeah, that's super creepy. My mom, who used to clean the office, told me yesterday that she always felt a presence in the office whenever she came on the weekends to clean, in parentheses, and she's sort of sensitive to that stuff. And I've had 2 separate experiences myself that leads me to believe our office has a residual ghost. I would just like to point out this is very, very well written. Experience number 1. So we're finally into the experiences. Experience number 1. When we first moved into the new office space, we had a guy come in and install an AC unit in one of our conference rooms. He went to come get me in my cube so he could show me how to use/clean it. On the way to the conference room, the door opened on its own and about 6 inches forward. The door opened up on its own and about 6 inches forward, so away from us. And mind you, the AC was installed directly behind the door. It
would have blown the opposite direction.
And it was on, so it would have blown the opposite direction. And the air was blowing outward, so how the F did the door swing open the opposite way of the AC? The AC guy noticed and had a mini freak out and paused for a second, asking, "Did you see that?" And I was laughing like, haha, yeah, because I don't know how to be social, but I could tell he was really freaked out. I was excited that I finally got to see something strange in front of me and had a witness. Heck yeah. I couldn't wait to tell everyone in the office. That's so funny because there's so many people that like want to see something supernatural. So even though you might be a little bit freaked out when it first happens, you're also like, sweet. All right, experience 2. Just last week, my coworker and I went to lunch, then came back to the office to eat in the break room. Our boss and medical director came in and had a nice chat, and then they left, and it was just my coworker and I. Completely normal, right? We were talking about the ending of Dexter. In parentheses, I spoiled the most suck-ass ending for her so she didn't have to waste her life to finish it.
Oh,
Never seen Dexter.
I don't know what the end is. I've only seen 3 seasons or 4 seasons.
It's a lot of seasons. And also about the show Arrow, when out of the blue, the trash can lid flipped upward.
Shut up.
We have one of those rubberish cans that has a lid that swings back and forth. So we were sitting there chatting when the lid flipped upward, hard as if someone had stuck their hand inside abruptly. We both stopped talking immediately, looked over in the corner at the trash can, and just stared. Then we eyes emoji'd each other. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not saying eyes emoji'd because it's an emoji in here. They literally said the word eyes emoji'd each other.
It's rubbish can, not rubberish can. That's what they call garbage cans. They call them rubbish cans.
My bad, dog.
Sorry. I just had to fix that.
Thank you for correcting my English. I will make sure to do it to you next time.
I'm just saying, as someone from Hawaii, I just looking out for you, bruh.
Wow. Cool. I'm going to keep going. My coworker gets scared very easily. In parentheses, she's the one who hears the typing when no one's in the office, so she started to panic. I slowly, very cautiously, walked toward the trash can to see if it was a M-O'-O, pronounced like uh-oh.
M-O.
It says uh-oh in here, so M-O, a.k.a. a gecko. So they're looking to see if this is like a natural cause thing. Flying into our trash can and fucking around because we have a lot of M-O here. I moved the lid so I could see inside the trash, wiggling the trash can to see if anything inside it would move, and there was nothing. I looked behind the trash can and around it, nothing. No type of wind can make the lid flip up like that. Nothing but a human touch can make it do anything like that. I looked back at my coworker and I basically pieced the fuck out, bro. And she was like, "Don't leave me."
I would do the same thing, though.
And I was like, I have to write about this, LMFAO. I need to tell everyone that I know this shit happened before my goddamn eyes. And so after that happened, we went back to work and I joked around saying, "Be careful, the ghost is feeling very playful today." And our other coworker had heard and asked us about it. So I told her we had that experience, and she said something happened to her that morning when she was alone in the conference room.
It's too much in one day.
Wow. We were alone in the conference room and felt someone walking behind her. She looked around but saw that no one was there. Later, she asked our coworker if she was here this morning, and she said no. So, like, who was it that she felt walk past her? We think it was the office ghost. And also, while I was writing this, in parentheses, at work, suck on that capitalism. The 3 of us were talking, and suddenly Alexa starts talking loudly. "I didn't hear you." And then it says, "Bitch." Not exactly, but in that tone, which is creepy because Alexa just randomly activates thinking you said its name. And we paused, then looked at each other like, WTF? We didn't say her name, so why is she speaking? So we say back the last few questions in our conversation to see if she would talk again, but she kept silent. That's a really good way to test that. If Alexa kicks on, whatever you had just said, repeat it and see if like whatever words like combine to make it sound like Alexa, and see if it happens again. And she kept silent.
That kind of freaks me out because I use Alexa in the morning. Like I'm always telling Alexa, set my alarm for this time.
Play this music.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd freak me out.
The email goes on saying, maybe it was Office Ghost sucking the energy of our Echo Dot and using Alexa to communicate with us. Who knows? So that was my long-ass story. Hoped you enjoyed it.
That's really good.
Would love to hear anyone's scary Alexa stories if you guys have any. I
that
wholeheartedly
would be really
agree.
good. Yes, Alexa weird tech stories.
I want to hear like voice recognition stories. What's really funny is we'll be doing this show, and randomly like Robin's phone will kick on. Like Bixby used to always kick on and like record everything we said.
But see, when
forever.
I want Bixby to do something, it doesn't work.
Very true. Bixby is very inconsistent. So they go on to say, I think our current technology can be very creepy when linked with a ghost, and it's quite interesting. Can't wait for your next episode. Please continue doing this podcast until forever. I love what you guys do, and I can't wait to get my scary-ish sweater that I just ordered.
Aw, yay.
Mahalo, Jojo.
Thank you so much, Jojo.
We appreciate you sending that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's just such a good story.
It is a good story. Also, whenever you guys order anything and you get it in and you put it on,
take a picture.
And send it to us, because I would love to put them on Instagram and stuff like that. So please do. Also, this story with the whole Alexa thing, I just want to say Alexa's really, really good at what she does, like the Echo Dots, because I told it to play a song by Blackpink the other day, and it's literally all I said was like, play do 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 or something like that by Blackpink, and she
was like playing do do do.
No,
do,
it was
do,
like
do.
D-U-D-U-D-U.
Oh yeah, she spelled out the words.
I was like, what?
But she found the right song.
It was really impressive. So I mean, it's really cool. I love our Echo Dot.
Maybe Amazon just figured out a way to put ghosts into technology, so it's really just a human spirit listening, and it's like, yeah, let me look that up for you, dog.
Or like that episode of Doctor Who, they put human parts in the ship.
Maybe that's a really good episode too.
Oh man.
So right on. Thank you for sending that in one more time. We appreciate it. That was really effing good. So let's look over into stream chat. That was a nice long email, so hopefully we got some stuff from you folks, because we always like to interact with you. Excuse me. Apologies. Some folks were giving Sakura some hugs and shouting out, Sakura, thank you for sharing it one last time. Someone said it's a very good story, and Sakura says, and very sad too. Indeed it is. It is very, very sad. Karen says, I'm listening to this with wired headphones, which is funny because, like, the reason I haven't upgraded my phone is because I don't want to get Bluetooth headphones. Like, I just don't want to do it.
Well, your headphone jack doesn't even work now.
No, I had to clean it out with a paper clip because my buddy
dirty.
was like, you might have lint in it because it'll accumulate lint, and sooner or later, like, your headphone jack won't go all the way in. So I was like, what do I have to lose? Am I going to ruin a headphone jack that doesn't work? So I like picked it out like little by little by little, and then all of a sudden it started working again.
Oh, cool. My headphone jack is fine, but I could never have a phone without one. I use all wired headphones. I'm not into wireless because I will lose them. I've lost my wired ones. I can't imagine using wireless. So, let's see.
Kat says, at Karen, got to get some Bluetooth earphones. That way you can dance while listening to Storytime. That's hilarious.
That's cute. Like those, what are those called? The Apple commercials about them, where they're actually dancing.
Right.
Let's see. La, 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 la.
Karen says, I don't see how you wouldn't lose them immediately. I can barely keep track of my wired headphones, but what about non-wired? Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
Kit Falbo says, moral of the story is take sand and die a painful death.
That's hilarious.
Trip 7 says, I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets
I
everywhere.
hate you, Trip 7. That's so fucking funny.
Why?
It's a line from episode 2. It's what Anakin says to, what's her fucking name? The chick.
Princess Amidala?
That's what Annika says to
Anakin?
Natalie Portman when he's trying to seduce her. I hate sand. It's coarse. Gets everywhere. It's like, you should totally bang me. That was so poetic. I love you so much.
I didn't realize. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if you're a Hawaii native and you took a stone with you to the continental U.S., would you get cursed as well? If you take anything from the islands, you will be cursed. It doesn't matter if you're a local or anything. You're not supposed to take them.
Kat says, technically mine have a wire connected to them in regards to the Bluetooth headphones. Not like the Apple Pod thingies. I totally lose them or my cat might eat them. Our cat loves to destroy cords, so wireless is like perfect for our cat to not kill it, but I think she'd still hunt it down. She's been really good lately, but knock on wood, I shouldn't have said
I give
it
her
out loud.
twisty ties and hair ties.
She has new stuff to chew through, yeah.
Yeah, so I always give her the safe things to chew on and not the actual cables.
Zane over in YouTube says, that poor AC guy, he didn't know he was working in a haunted office. That's so funny. If you bring contractors into a building, you don't warn them. It's like, yeah, some creepy shit might happen, but we're not going to tell you about it until it does.
Benji King 13 says, finally caught y'all beautiful beings streaming. We are glad you finally joined us. Today's a little strange because we spent a big chunk of time buying BlizzCon tickets. Kit Fabo says Slender Sandman.
That's funny. There's a lot of discussion on these headphones and now on cats. Karen says that their cat eats everything, plastic, human food, anything. For some reason, she keeps licking the legs of our metal tables. And cat postulates needs iron ? LOL.
Sometimes when cats keep chewing inanimate objects to a very strange obsessive point, it's because they have this condition where they just need to. It's not an illness necessarily, but it's like a mental condition that they just have to. I don't know.
Right on.
There's a word for it, and I wish I remembered because I'd sound so smart.
Kat says, I should ask my boss about our supposed ghost lady at work. You should. And then take those stories and email them to us because we really want to know. And then maybe your boss will listen to our show.
When I used to work at my retail job before I started my internships, we had a ghost. And I forget what they named him, but he would knock boxes over and stuff like that in the storage room when I worked at Coach.
I don't remember this at all.
I wasn't trying to say about where I used to work, but I used to work at Coach, okay? I used to sell purses. But, yeah, we had a ghost and it would knock boxes down and
Did
stuff.
you never tell me this or did I just forget it?
I just never told you. Why would I tell you?
Why wouldn't you tell me? What do you mean, why would I tell you? I'm just going to stop sharing things with you.
Okay.
And then 5 years down the road, I'll be like, oh yeah, this thing used to happen to me all the time. You'll be like, what? When? I want you to feel how I feel right now.
Jessie Cat says, I definitely have heard typing in my office when I'm by myself in there. You know, when I die, and it'll probably be before you, I hope you hear my click-clacking keyboard.
I'm sure I'll hear it till the end of my days. Sakura says, I have 3 Alexas. I will throw them all out tonight. LOL, that's hilarious.
Trip7 says, type louder as a sign of dominance.
It's not. You're dominating your keyboard. It's a sign of being a jerk.
Don't let
hate
it
it
out
so
type
much.
you.
Etsley says, oh my God, Alexis could be the best ghost box because it's everywhere and it's always on. It really is always on. And we don't even care. We just leave it in our bedroom. We're like, if we get murdered, we want someone to subpoena that shit because I want that person to be caught.
It's probably going to be me.
I was going to say it's going to be her. She'll be the one that kills me.
Benji King says, I'm low-key mad you guys don't have more viewers. You all deserve more.
We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
We usually hover between 30 and 40. We had some technical difficulties for 2 weeks in the month of April.
Yeah.
Because internet sucks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got it worked out, but we lost a few people. And honestly, it's a really busy time for a lot of people. Finals are coming up. And there's finals coming up. So people have stuff to do and we understand it. This goes to YouTube and our numbers continue to grow as far as the total amount of views per week, which is fantastic. So we want to have more people live, but realistically, you folks have really come out and supported us on the offline version of it too. So It's pretty awesome.
The Snark says, my Alexa keeps activating, y'all.
That's so funny.
I just want to make them play music. Okay.
Alexa, play We Didn't Start the Fire. I really hope that started playing for someone.
Gosh. Kit Falbo says, Alexa records you all the time and plays you for interns to translate in order to improve metrics. That is amazing.
That's good to know.
That's really cool.
I want to start saying some really complicated words to make it harder for those interns. Kat says, that's 3 too many AIs in a house. LOL. That's hilarious.
Let's see.
Soccer says, 1 in the bedroom, 1 in the living room, and 1 in my car. That's pretty clever.
That's interesting. I've never thought of putting it in the car.
I haven't either.
Where would you plug it into?
Well, yeah, what would it connect to when you drive away?
The Snark says, oh man, I have Pixel Buds, and when they're not on, it goes in a case that charges them. What? That's smart.
Kat says, if I buy a house, I must have danceable floors and no ghosts. And then Emma does 3 up carrots, which I wholeheartedly appreciate.
Oh, man. Trip7 says, I have a coworker, triggered warning here. I have a coworker who jumped to his death on New Year's Eve.
Aww.
And every New Year's Day, things would just fall by themselves.
Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Let's see. Talking about ear pod things.
Kat says, finals. This will be my last stream until the 29th. Yeah, I feel you. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about that anymore. But for 7-8 years, that's all I had to worry about.
My finals are next week, but I'll still be recording the episode.
Yeah, her finals are on the same day as the live stream next week.
So
just saying, that's how you know Robin
pray for me.
Robin is a dedicated human being.
I'll probably not pass them. It's fine.
Don't say that. Don't put that on the universe. Have confidence. Be positive, please.
Glitch says, I got Alexa for Christmas 2 years ago, and it's still in the box because reasons.
That's funny. Soccer says, it's called Garmin Speaks, powered by Alexa. It's really cool and can use as navigation. That's pretty awesome. So now we know. Today we learned. Good stuff.
A's Monster says, my friend showed me Skyrim on Alexa, and it was really interesting.
Skyrim on Alexa?
I've never heard of it. That sounds cool.
I haven't either.
We played 20 questions.
Yeah, we did. That was
cool.
pretty fun.
All right. So, did I finish reading my story?
You've never started.
Oh.
Like, you have one left to go. I just finished mine.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So, you're going to move on to your next one?
Yep.
Give us that nice transition.
This is a nice transition. Okay, so, this next email.
And final of the show.
And final email of the night is titled, My Other Scary Stories. Scary-ish stories. Hello again, Adam, Robin, and to all the listeners, aka spooky friends.
Hello.
That's you guys.
Everyone shout hello wherever you're at, whatever you're doing right now.
Then you just hear the whole world go, hello.
Yeah, the
that
whole
would be
world.
Amazing. Or like
It would have been funny if my mom downstairs yelled hello, but she's probably working.
Have you watched the cartoon 101 Dalmatians, right?
Yeah.
Where all the dogs just down the line start barking and talking to each other?
Yes.
That'd be super cool. If it was all just hellos.
If we had more than 30 people watching us right now.
Okay, so I am Hoder03 on Twitch and Discord.
Oh my God, Hoder.
I forgot to introduce myself in my first email to you guys. I hope you enjoy my meme reposts and cringy dad jokes. Also, thank you for reading my partial possession story on episode 36. As promised, I'm sending my other stories, so here we go.
Thank you for sending a follow-up email, and thank you for all of the dad jokes and memes because they make my day, even if I don't say anything.
You can totally read this in the podcast if it makes the cut. This is the cut. You have made it.
You have made it.
Most of these stories are from my seminary days in high school, and some are from my cousin's friend, who's older than me by about almost 10 years. One of the most prominent ghosts or spirits that we all know is the white lady in the seminary. Seminary is where...
I'm pretty sure they're studying to be a priest, preacher, or other
Okay.
religious figure.
Which is considered a holy place and isn't an exception to where they dwell. My experience started when two of my friends were in a gazebo near the front of the seminary building. Arn and I were sitting facing each other, and Axel, my other friend, was on the entrance of the gazebo. We were just talking about stuff when I noticed something in my peripheral vision. Someone wearing a white dress or a cassock is slowly drifting towards our gazebo. When I turn around and look at it, it vanishes. So I turn back to my friends and keep talking. I also noticed my friend Arn kept glancing in the same direction where the apparition was.
As soon as you have something that you're seeing out of the corner of your eye that's not
And then
there,
your
and
friend
your
is
friend
looking?
is noticing too, that's
Oh,
when it
man.
immediately goes from, am I crazy, to, oh my God, this is creepy.
This kept on for 10 minutes until Axel tippy-toed and looked over. The gazebo was elevated by a bit more than a foot long. He then asked what's up, and Arn asked me if I was seeing the same apparition and described its movements.
I'd like to point out that whenever a human being tippy-toes, the actual sound effect of boop, 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 plays in my head every single time.
Okay. I acknowledged him, and right after that, Axel bolted inside the building. We went back inside too, but unlike Axel, we just walked back in. Some students claimed to see a white lady in some other places inside the seminary building and around the grounds. Another spirit that dwells inside the seminary that I encountered was a shadow person, or in this case, a shadow baby.
Oh my God.
Nope, no.
You just elevated
Yeah.
it from creepy to terrifying.
It's right, it's like, that escalated quickly. Nope.
Unless it's like that dancing baby from the 90s that was on the Ally McBeal show. That thing's pretty funny.
What?
You don't remember the dancing baby?
No.
I'm not even going to explain it then. No
was
point.
it when Jack had like brain cancer?
What? I don't know. I just know that there was a dancing baby that was like one of the first internet sensations, and it like had this specific dance that it did, and of course Ally McBeal saw it at some point and also did the dance. So
Oh.
that's all I remember because I saw commercials of it and I never watched the show. I like how you jump to like dancing baby must be brain cancer.
I still remember Dancing Baby, okay? Whatever. As creepy as it sounds, it is totally harmless. A lot of people have encountered this spirit before inside the seminary. Therefore, they know that it will just give you a jump. One time after night prayers, dyslexia, okay. One time after night prayers, we were going back to our dorm rooms. Several of my classmates and I were walking down the second floor corridor when we saw a shadowy being run past us and turn right at an open door leading to the recreation area. The rec area was pretty damn dark, and the only source of light was from the corridor. We were all baffled and looked at each other for a few seconds. We just braved on without looking inside the rec area and walked past until we got inside our dorm. I think this was my first time seeing the spirit, and it spooked me out. It would spook me out, too. Shadows are the worst. Okay, no. Shadows are some of the worst things.
Shadows not attached to a human being are terrifying because they're basically, like, not supposed to be there, and it's super effing creepy.
This next story, is from my cousin's close friend and his encounters. Let's call him Coolio.
What a great name.
As he walked through the valley of death.
I knew it. I knew there was going to be a Gangster's Paradise reference. I almost did it before she read it.
Dang it.
It's funny because, like, I'm saying to the listeners, I hate you. Like I say it to Robin because some of these emails have been so good.
As he was playing hide and seek from his friends during free time, he hid behind a certain tree. A few moments passed, and he still wasn't found. He then heard some creepy breathing, some raspy breathing. Sorry. He heard some raspy breathing, and he wondered if someone else hid with him or behind the tree next to him.
Oh, God.
Nope. He looked up, and from the foliage, he saw a disembodied head looking down at him menacingly. I would freak out. That gives me so much anxiety.
It's the worst because it's menacingly. If it like looked down and was like, "What's up? How you doing?" It would be a different story.
It waving the arm from the bushes.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like, that's why Forrest Gump waves back in that meme.
He then ran towards the lobby, which was about 50 feet away. He told his friends what he saw, but I forgot the next part.
I like that. It's good to say you forgot rather than just make some shit up.
His second story that he told me that I remember was when he was recording an original song to his cassette recorder. No, that's just like EVPs right there.
Yeah, you're just searching for EVPs.
Oh, man.
I used to do that shit, though. I'd wait for a good song to come on the radio, and I'd have my like little recorder, and I'd like press record, and that's how you got like music back in the day. Before you could just like type in every song ever and click a button and it went to your phone.
We in middle school would make little Christmas cassette tapes for our parents.
That's cute. That's super cute.
Yeah, I went to a Catholic school. It was all right.
In 5th grade, we were turned into essentially child labor sweatshop, and we made gift cards for like the entire month of December. We actually got paid for what we did, like a quarter for each card we finished or something like that, because the school was charging for them. So it was really, really weird experience. But what I will say is that they let the kids give suggestions for poems to have inside the cards, and my poem got picked. Suck it, 5th grade professional writer, just saying.
Okay. Anyway.
And then Katie, I'm not going to say her last name, came up to me when we were leaving, and she was like, number 5, which was the number that was assigned to my poem when we all voted blindly. She came up, she goes, number 5 sucked. And I was like, that was shitty. So I told on her. I was like, Katie told me number 5 sucked. And the teacher pulled her aside and yelled at her. And then she's like, you're a tattletale. And I was like, goddamn right I am, Katie. But guess what? I'm getting piggity paid. Suck it. Professional writer, 5th grade.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so he was trying to record an original song.
Sorry, I just got super triggered right there.
On his cassette player. He was in the chapel where his guitar was, and it's the only place where you can be alone. Perfect for recording without any interruption, and had a great reverb. That's usually how chapels are. Great audio, right?
I don't know if you know this.
Acoustics, that's what it is.
Yeah, great acoustics. This is some musical trivia. The band The Wonders, otherwise known as the Oneaters, recorded their first single in a church, so you're welcome for that.
Anyway, he practiced a few times before he recorded. He then played the tape after recording it, and he got the shock of his life. As he was... Oh, I have chills. I have chills.
Finish it so we can all have chills.
As he was playing his guitar, someone else was whistling, almost accompanying him.
They rocked out with a ghost. That's kind of the coolest shit that's ever happened.
I have chills, dude. Oh, my gosh. But imagine, like, you don't hear it while you're playing, and then you play it back, and... Oh my gosh. Okay. No one else was with him when he recorded the tape. He then let my cousin listen to it, and he was surprised how good it was. Unfortunately, he threw away the tape, which is a good call, IMO.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted this tape.
That's so creepy.
I would have you send me the tape and then play it for Robin while she's sleeping.
Seriously, I have chills. That's so creepy.
The tape was thrown away. It's okay. You're safe.
Back to me. I was in the first year of high school seminary when one of the scariest moments happened. Oh, I already have chills. Why do you want to give me more scary stuff? Oh, you got the funny ones. I get the scary ones.
I didn't pick it. I just took like the first 3 that we got back in and sent them to you. I took the other 3 and sent them to me.
Rumor was our dorm, respectively called Dorm 1, was haunted. And hell, it was haunted as fuck.
That's hilarious.
We slept in cots, military style, and we got our lockers behind our cots. The most fortunate ones slept near the lavatories. Lavatories? Lavatories.
Lavatories.
It's where you melt. Lavatories.
It's where you go to pee and also burn yourself.
So slept near the lavatories. When maybe early morning, like 3 to 4 a.m., you'll hear footsteps hitting wet floors and showers or faucets turn on without anyone inside.
At least the ghosts are staying hygienic. Just saying.
That's creepy. That's stuff echoing through time right there.
You think so? You think something super traumatic happened in the show?
I
don't want to think about that.
Okay. I know, because
I mean, you can postulate. It's fine.
Oh, no, I'm just thinking, like, because it's happened so many times, like, so many classes have come and gone.
Right.
So many people have stayed at the seminary and then moved on. And it's just throughout history, it's
the
over and over
repetition
and
of
over
the same
again.
action is echoing through time rather than it being something traumatic.
Right.
Okay, I can palate that. That's good.
I know, because I slept near there and heard no one go inside and saw no lights as that happened. Another jackpot place for your cot is to be near a 6-foot-long mirror where you can see almost all of the dorm. Why?
Right.
The winning price is that you can see someone walking or in 3 to 4 a.m. cases drifting about whenever you lay down and look in the mirror. No, just no. One time I think I saw a headless body all the way down to the end of the dorm.
It's the body that accompanies that disembodied head.
Shut up.
We've connected the dots now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Just standing. This one tops the best place where your cot could be. It was right in front of 2 oddly placed green tiles. The entire floor of the dorm was rose-colored marble except for those 2 tiles. Why? They say that...
X marks the spot, just like in Last Crusade. All those tiles were exactly the same except for where you needed to dig.
They say that smoke comes out from there, but you won't smell anything. Of course, they lied to me, and I had confirmed it myself unwillingly.
Wow.
This is fucked up. After the first semester of my first year, we took a break and went home from the seminary. After a week, they rearranged the cots. We got our names on a list and cot number, and I landed on the cot where I was directly in front of the green tiles.
That sucks.
Nothing happened for a few months until things took a turn. I wake up at 3 a.m. wide awake for no reason at all. I wasn't even thirsty or needing or heeding to nature's call, which means
peeing.
Yes.
Or pooping.
Okay.
Maybe vomiting.
I
can get this really gross if I wanted to.
I lay there looking at some light outside of our dorm when I hear a beep from my friend's digital watch. I grabbed his hand and looked at the time. 3 a.m. confirmed. Then I heard a loud crack followed by chains being dragged on the floor. I went under my sheets as that happened, and for half an hour, it roamed around my cot, then throughout the whole dorm. After roaming, it just disappeared. No one else heard that sound because they're too fast asleep, or I was the only one who could hear it. That happened for more than 2 weeks?
Wow.
You dealt with that for 2 weeks?
Set up like an audio recording or wake someone up and be like, you have to stay awake with me and confirm that I'm not crazy.
And within that time period, I was so drained because I lacked sleep. I talked to our rector, who advised me not to listen to any students talking about scary things. It didn't work at all, so I told my grandma what was happening, and we went to a doctor. The doctor prescribed me some sleeping pills after telling her what was happening at my dorm. She was skeptical, of course. I took a pill before bedtime and woke up the next morning without waking up at 3 a.m. anymore. That's good, I guess. I mean, it's sad that no one believes you, but you got sleep.
It's good that you got sleep. Sleep deprivation is never a good thing, and anytime I hear about sleep deprivation, I always think of Nightmare on Elm Street.
One time, I forgot to take my sleeping pill. Something happened to me again, and it wasn't scary at all. I don't know if that's sarcasm. I'm scared to keep reading.
It sounds sexy, maybe? I don't know. Probably not. It's the seminary, come to think of it.
Our dorm was an anteroom, so like an antechamber, like a room off to the side.
Right.
Which which roughly translate to before room from the Latin word ante. The anteroom has an old piano, which I played on a few times before. The rector caught me playing one time and told me not to play on it again, nor touch it. I asked why, and he just told me not to. Some of the keys from the piano were busted and can't be pressed due to disrepair. Then, the next morning, I woke up around 3 a.m. again and forgot to take I had forgot to take my pill that time. I still have my eyes closed, expecting the crack of chains to appear again. But this time, I heard one of the most beautiful piano solos. At first, I thought it was coming from the chapel and the pianist had an early morning rehearsal. It came to my mind that either they're blasting the sounds from the chapel as it was far from our dorm, or it was coming from the anteroom piano. It was from that piano. As if some magic, the old piano played beautifully again. I wish I could describe how hauntingly beautiful the piece was. Let me just put it like this. It's like Wagner's fluidity from Romance combined with Debussy's delicateness from Clair de Lune.
Ah, yes. These things that we
I
all
love
know
Clair
about.
de Lune. I've never heard Romance.
Wagner's?
Wagner's Romance.
Wagner's.
Yeah, I've never heard that, but I've heard Clair de Lune, and I love Clair de Lune. So, I mean, Twilight, right?
I hate you
Okay.
so much. It's immeasurable how much I hate you right now.
Okay. Next morning, I asked if someone heard music coming from the anteroom, and my best friend responded. He described it as something scary yet tender music. He
Say scary-ish, maybe?
He said he heard it a few weeks before and was scared to ask if someone was playing the piano. This last story happened during our junior year. I got more stories, so I'll send them next time because this email is getting longer. It's definitely long, but it's all good stories.
It's very good and very well written.
Something happened to our class during our second year of high school. Unfortunately, I can't say it. Let's just say that we got spooked. So when our third year started, we were a bit jumpy. We were in a different dorm that time, and we weren't sleeping military style anymore. Our dorms got rooms, and I was happy that my roommate was one of my close friends. One early morning, he woke me up to go to the bathroom. Why
That's
would
just
he
weird.
wake
Like,
you
hey,
up?
bro, you want to go to the bathroom? Let's do this.
I said fine because I felt like I needed to go too. Well, sometimes in the middle of the night, you don't want to go by yourself.
Yeah, I guess.
I would do that if I was boarding somewhere as a kid by myself in this religious building. I would freak out. I don't know. I've watched too many horror movies, okay?
I was going to say.
Our bathroom is still shared by everyone and is located all the way in the back like dorm number 1. As we got to the hallway of our dorm, I saw a cloth flapping out from an opened room. I immediately stopped my friend and asked what that was. He looked so surprised and scared as he saw it. We ran back to our room, scared and nearly pissed ourselves, literally and figuratively.
Just saying, does your room have a window? Because there's a solution. Just saying.
I urged him to go on the condition that he'll be behind me. So he was behind me, gripping my shirt and scared shitless as we saw something flap out again. As we got near the open room, I looked inside. Lo and behold, it was just a cassock hanging near the doorway.
That's funny. That's really
funny. The flapping
funny.
motion was given by the fan, swiveling back and forth. I almost laughed out loud that time, but I decided to play a little prank on my poor friend.
Oh, you're mean, but I love it.
Yeah, I acted out scared and backing away, telling him to run for it to the bathroom. I knew when he would come out of the bathroom, he could see that it was just a cassock. So he ran and never looked back. After his business was done, he went out and saw the hanging cassock, then looked back at me, telling me that he hated me for pranking him, and just went back to bed. It was just bad angles that got us spooked.
That's good.
LOL. I want to end it in a funny way amidst all the scary stories I've written. These are some of my experiences, no BS included. No guarantee on Coolio's, though. Hope
That's
you guys
so funny.
enjoy reading this, Stephen. Or Stefan. Either or.
Hodor. It's Hodor.
Hodor.
Thank you for sending those in. Those are really, really good.
Yeah,
and I'm
those are
really
really
glad
good.
that you ended on the note of like, we thought this was terrifying. Turns out it was just something hanging and have a fan behind it. Because that's really, really effing funny. So thank you so much for sending those in. They were really good. And never worry about sending in long emails because they are amazing and we appreciate every single one of them. So let's look over into Stream Chat. And then after Stream Chat, we're going to do marbles. So for those of you who are over on YouTube, if you want to switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast, now is a great time to do so. That way you can join in the race and hopefully win something for free. Robin, what are we going to be sending out folks who win marbles tonight?
I have some new stickers coming in Well, no. Okay.
Just so you know, Robin's, you got to be taking off your socks right now, right?
Yeah.
I saw her lean down on the screen. I was just like, you're going so far down there. What are you doing? She does it every episode. So she's a ninja about it. Normally, I just decided to point it out tonight.
All right. What were you going to say?
I asked you what we're going to give out for free tonight if people win marbles.
Some stickers of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have a whole bunch. It'll be a roulette of what you get.
You don't have chat over
Oh,
there?
I thought
I'm
you were
like, you're
reading
looking
yours.
at my chat.
Let's see. Da-da-da. Queen Caffeine says, I'd like to hear y'all, but the BF won't stop snoring. That's hilarious.
That is funny. Esley says, good luck, Robin, in regards to your finals. Thank you so much for the well wishes.
Let's see. Da-da-da. Oh, wow. Wait, there's a lot more than I thought.
That was a very long story, so.
Oh, okay, no. Sorry, this is bad audio, but...
Yep. Emma says, oh my God, I will, in regards to a gallery that's opening up. Okay, Kat says, Rutowski Gallery opens later that day. You should stop by and see the comic show. And then Emma says to Kat, oh my God, I will. I can't stay too long, though, because Saturday is my mom's birthday. This is kind of like a back and forth conversation. I wanted to point this part out because Saturday is my birthday. So shout out to your mom for having an awesome effing birthday.
Also, Mother's Day is coming up, too.
Mother's Day is Sunday.
So...
And it always steals the thunder from my birthday.
Chessie Cat says, my roommate was trying to get our Alexa to work, and I forgot it was still hooked up to her mom's, and it started playing and freaked her mom out so bad she thought someone was in the house. Oh, man. Trip7 says, imagine a long, dimly lit hallway. You keep hearing noises, but as soon as you look behind you, there's nothing. Suddenly, you look up and see this shadow baby doing the Ooga Chaka dance.
That's the
on
dance.
the ceiling. Oh, okay.
Karen says, living babies, adorable. Dead ones, not so much. And then Kat replied, I don't know. Some living babies can be a little terrifying, which is 100% true.
Let's see. Oh, someone said, thoughts on Game of Thrones episode 3? I would love to talk about it.
3 or 4. We just watched 4.
We watched 4. The Snark says, there was a story read about the missionary experienced ghosts in the house they lived in and didn't tell the new people that came in. I remember that one. Trip7 says, where is this dorm? Sounds like shit happened there. I want to know too. The entire time I was reading it, I was wondering like what part of the country or what country did this happen in?
It's hard to ask people like, where the fuck are you from, bro? Because it's kind of intrusive. But at the same time, it is a curious question. Emma says, I just got my scary sticker this week. It's the only thing I've stuck on my laptop. Thanks, Adam and Robin. Thank Robin. Robin designs it. Robin ships them out. Robin is great.
I just ordered new ones for Patreon that I'm sending out this month, and then for Patreon that I'm sending out next month with no. Is it July? April, May, June. I think I'm sending them out in July, August, September, October.
This is just riveting audio. You're welcome, everyone.
Next month. So I'm sending them out next month. So I don't know. I have to look at my schedule, but I have stickers that are coming in for 2 different instances.
What a mess this is.
So I have a couple designs that I have made or have had made, and we're going to send them out to Badge of Honor patrons and above. And that's what I do.
Zane said, enjoyed the episode. Thanks, Adam and Robin. Someday I'll catch it start to finish. Gotta take off now. Thank you for joining us, Zane. We appreciate you. And technically you caught it to the very end. You just didn't stick around for marbles, so no big deal. And then Kat, Emma, and Etzley also all said happy birthday to me. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really, really do too. So I'm going to get marbles set up, and Robin can finish reading the other stuff on Twitch because I am caught up. I skipped over the whole conversation about coordinating when you guys are going to hang out and all that stuff because I figure you don't need your plans on blast to everyone.
The Snark says, OMG, they said the name of the podcast. Oh, we said the name of the podcast.
That's when I said scary. Shout out to First Ethan, who is now following us. Thank you so much for following. We appreciate you.
Glitch Grim said, was he sleeping with one eye open, gripping
his pillow tight? Glitch is just my fucking dog, man. Like, me and him just click like this.
First Ethan says, I came here from YouTube. Welcome from YouTube.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us because we're about to have marbles and it'll be super fun. So anybody that's on YouTube now wants to join in our marbles, hop right on over. Twitch is free. It's super easy to sign up for. And and you get to participate in these marble races that are just like put your name in and
See if you win something.
So we have 2 races every week.
If you want, you can vote right now by typing !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds to the track that you would like to race while Robin continues to go through some of the stream chat. We'll get the votes in. Once we have enough votes in, we will race that track, which will be super fun, and we will do 2 races this evening. So go ahead and type in !vote and the track that you would like to race.
Glitch says that they sent your gift back.
What?
So Glitch says they must have sent you a gift, and the
Oh,
PO
it's because our P.O. box has been totally
we-
effed because we were completely poor.
Yeah, we were super, super poor, and
We will get it back, and we will let you know.
Yeah,
and
we couldn't pay for our PO box.
It's very embarrassing.
Yeah. We will fix it sometime.
I has
soon.
job now. I will fix.
La 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 la. All right, now everyone's voting. Yay! Okay, cool.
So you can do your voting, and I can do mine too.
Sweet.
Mountain Mingle sounds kind of sexy. I know we're not supposed to say which ones we're voting for, but there's already 2 votes for it, so maybe I'll go with that.
Next time, remind me to put glasses on.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
Errors from me not being able to read.
Oh, well, you do this thing when you don't have glasses on where you do it's like predictive text, but you do predictive reading.
Yeah.
And then you have to circle back really fast because we were doing really well on mistakes this episode. And I was like, wow, this number is really low. And that last email got you because it was really long. So it's it's not that bad. We've had much worse episodes. We've had some shit, folks. But you still did a very good job without your glasses. I usually keep your glasses on the desk right next to you, too.
Yeah, they're in my drawer.
Yeah. Well, dang. My bad.
Come on, baby, to the locomotion. Do you think we'll get flagged for that?
No, we won't.
Okay.
We'll be all right. All right. Don't know how many votes we have, but we have 6 right now for Mountain Mingle. I feel bad because I feel like I influenced that, but realistically, it sounds pretty good. Glitch Grim says Temple of Steve. We have raced Temple of Steve a couple of times. I do like being in the Temple of Steve because it's a very fun track. But I also do want to try some new stuff. So, and people keep voting for 42. So I think it's going to be
42.
Mountain Mingle. So I'm going to go ahead and click Mountain Mingle, and then we can all jump in the track and race it.
Yep. So YouTube viewers, please hop on over and play marbles with us, and you could possibly win some scarier swag.
Well, this looks intimidating starting off. Type !play if you would like to join the race.
Ooh, this looks cool.
So little just chat on the side for you folks. I'm going to be building a new PC soon because I've been needing one. I haven't had a new PC in 9 years. The PC I built before, I spent a decent amount of money on to make sure it would last, and it certainly did. And then I got the laptop so we could do some recording and audio stuff and podcasting. And in the meantime, my PC passed away, RIP, and I need a new one. And now I'm going to be able to afford a new one, so I'm going to be building something out. So the reason I bring this up is twofold. One, the stream should move a bit smoother. And 2, because I'm probably going to start streaming some shit when I get the new PC.
Are you going to get 10 USB ports?
I don't know about 10 USB ports, but it'll be nice to have USB ports that aren't dead because our cat decided to chew whatever cord plugged into it and fry the damn things because that's what used to happen. I'm very happy she never got hurt, but at the same time, I really wanted to punch her in the friggin' head. So you punched her too when she chewed up a headset that was $200.
I didn't
You remember
punch
that?
her in the head.
No, you punched her in the side, trying to push her off. We only have 17 people in. Last time we had 18. A little bit sad. Single teardrop. I don't think my mom joined this time. It's okay.
Yes, so YouTube viewers, hop on over to Twitch. Anybody in the Twitch right now, please type !play and join our marble stream, and we'll have super awesome race and see who will win.
Indeed.
Scary stuff.
Indubitably. So I'm going to click start countdown. You're going to have 10 seconds to join. And by then, when the timer's done, it's going to be going. So we just got 18. Very happy. First, Ethan, thank you for joining in the race. And here's hoping that someone new wins and or I win. Yeah, I like that. So start countdown. Whoever's not in, you have 10 seconds. So get your shit together.
We can actually play Overwatch together.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can do it now. I just lag a little bit because my computer's not the best, but it can stream. That's what's important.
That is what's important. We need it.
The race begins. This is really weird.
Those discs that move?
Yeah.
This is cool. This is like...
It's a weird Plinko. It looks like a Minecraft track. It's so odd. I kind of like it, though.
So
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know that Minecraft tournaments were a thing.
I didn't either, and I don't know how you compete competitively.
Yeah, how do you compete competitively?
Compete competitively is a weird thing to say because it's a derivative of the same word.
But like you can compete without being in like competitive play.
What's funny is I selected Queen Caffeine to follow, and she is now in first place. So that's pretty awesome. Just saying. There I am, Spooky Flea, Queen Caffeine, Chessy Cat, Jaxie Babe. This is kind of fun because Spooky Flea made it through. And because of their expert navigation skills, they are now in first place. So good work. Way to use your keyboard to navigate your way through.
Trip 7 says break blocks competitively.
It's just so odd.
Yeah, it's
an
interesting.
odd thing.
I've never heard of that.
I love it when the tracks deviate and you have like side-by-side races and you're never quite sure who's in the lead until the end.
The Snark says, what about Heroes of the Storm? I've never played HOTS, and it looks fun.
It does.
It looks very, very fun, especially with all these new heroes that they released for it.
I can't believe they killed the esports scene on it. That was just like,
yeah.
we sat in the esports spot last BlizzCon for Heroes of the Storm so that we could have good seats for Lindsey Sterling later.
Yeah.
And it was kind of shocking because there was such a huge following for it. When they announced a little bit later where it's like, oh yeah, we're shutting down all of it. It was like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? So we're following Spooky Flea. On the other side, there's me, Chessy Cat, Glitch Grim, and Queen Caffeine. So we're going to see who winds up getting to the end first. I mean, that's basically what we're doing here. It's called a race. So for those of you who don't know the point of a race, I'm tired. Okay?
Well, I'm tired of your shit.
I hate you so much.
Ah!
All right. We're going to see who makes it through this first because whoever makes it through this first is probably going to win. I don't know where my mouse went. There it is. Okay.
Oh my goodness, what is this? What is this?
It looks terrifying. Okay, Spooky Flea has made it inside.
Wow. That is a really cool. This is a cool map.
I like this map.
This is a really cool map.
Oh no, Queen Caffeine has died. It looks like Robin is now right on Spooky Flea's tail. Blanca Bello on the other side, 777 and Chessy Cat are all kind of in the same spot. And then we're going to come down to another fan blade. This is a really good map, I'm just saying. Spooky Flea has been knocked backwards by the fan. Who is in first place now? It looks like Blanca and Woo Scarish are competing for first place.
Which is funny because I just... Oh, no.
Blanca is dead.
I just sent them stuff from last week.
Chessy Cat is dead.
Oh, wow. This map is brutal.
Woo Scarish has won. Congratulations, Woo Scarish. You have taken the title. This map is brutal, and it ends really, really nastily.
Yeah.
The Snarks took second place, Spooky Flea third, Glitch fourth, and now people are just dropping like flies. First, Ethan took fifth place. You're going to earn yourself some points. People are dying so rapidly, it's insane.
So
Pancakes and Abe's Monster are the only ones left. Pancakes just died. Abe's Monster just died. Wow, that was a long race, and only 5 people lived.
So Woo Scarish, email us and let us know what you want, because I don't know what I've sent you before. So email us, let us know. And yeah, that was a cool race.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I enjoyed that. So we have one more race to go. And if you would like to pick the map, ! Vote, space, and then the number that corresponds.
Good night to Trip 7.
Thank you for joining
we still
us,
have
Trip 7.
one race. So we're not saying goodnight to everyone yet.
We're saying goodnight to Trip 7.
All right.
I like how you clarify so many things that don't need clarification. It's adorable.
Why don't you just... Okay. Okay, #vote and whatever map you guys want for the second race of the night. Second and final race of the night. Sorry.
Speaking of clarifying things that don't need clarification.
Do you have water?
I do not have water.
I'm thirsty for water.
I only had enough time to carry up 2 cups of coffee, and it was already late, so.
Late, but we still got BlizzCon tickets.
Pretty happy about that.
I'm happy about that, too. Where are you going to put your figure?
The display case.
What shelf?
I don't know. I'll figure one out. All right, right now it's a tie, so we're not quite sure.
You know what I'm going to do
which
this
one we're
summer?
going to race. What's
Build
that?
my last Gundam.
Cool.
And take all my other Gundams from my sister's house. My sister's house.
It's sister/Gundam. Her sister's a robot. Didn't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Meet more.
She's Psychono.
Wow. We're still tied. So who knows which map we're going to race. I think a lot of them are tied at 2. And if we don't have anything break the tie, we'll click whatever map Woo Scarish has voted for, which is Marble Centauri, which we can see right here. Because the last winner has their map put up there so you can use it, which is kind of funny because like there's a lot of things tied right now. All right, this is riveting podcast audio. We have a bunch of tie things. We're going to go with Marble Centauri because Robin's on her phone because she's apparently bored of the podcast.
No, I'm not bored of the podcast. I'm dealing with other social media for the podcast.
What's funny is Marble Centauri wasn't one of the tied ones. We're just going to go with it because it's the one that Woo Scarish voted for, and they were the winner. So here we go. Marble Centauri is going to be our map type !play once this loads to join the race.
And everybody in YouTube, you can be a part of this too.
This is the 4th time we've shouted out YouTube. I think they know.
Just making sure. Hop over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast and join the marbles.
All right.
Ba, 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 ba. Man, my nose.
Only 15 marbles in so far. 16 marbles in. 2 more to meet the goal that we had last time. !
Play. Also, just a reminder, if you folks have Amazon Prime, if you go to
Nailed it.
twitch.amazon.com, you can link your Twitch account and your Amazon Prime account, and you get a subscription to any Twitch channel that you want for free. So it's pretty much like a free $5 that you can give to whatever channel you guys want to support. Which I don't know if you folks notice, but a lot of our subscribers are Prime subscribers.
Yeah.
So
they're giving us money that's not coming out of their pocket. It's coming out of Amazon's pocket, but it actually goes into our pocket. And we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we only have 17 marbles. We had 18 last time. However, Trip 7 did have to bail, so no big deal. Gonna click start countdown. Anyone who hasn't joined can type in !play and join us right now. You have 10 seconds. And then we're going to get going. And this is the last one of the night, and then we'll do the outro, and then everyone can go on their merry way. Robin has a song in her heart.
Is that the song title?
What? No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it because you keep humming. Robin is in first place. Queen Caffeine is right behind, and we are racing the ghost ball of Cat Beatrix. First, Ethan and Queen Caffeine have died, which sucks because that means Robin's like way in first place on her own. No one wants her to win. Here comes Abe's Monster and Cat Beatrix's Ghost Ball, followed by Raisin Rebel and Jaxie Babe. And the Snark is a little bit further back there. Abe's Monster and Robin are like neck and neck, and they both got stopped by these balls. Raisin Rebel isn't stopping for any balls.
Do you notice Cat Beatrix has a cube next to them?
Because that's Cat Beatrix's Ghost Ball, as I've said multiple times. Raisin Rebel has come to a complete stop because of some slowly pulsating rods. And Robin has now caught up, and they're neck and neck. But they're both beating Cat Beatrix's Ghost Ball. And now, you guys aren't racing the record anymore. You're just racing each other. This is good for Raisin Rebel, because Raisin Rebel is racing Robin, who will not collect a prize. So,
whoa.
We got a lot of people that just caught up all of a sudden, though.
Yeah. Queen Caffeine's like, what the balls?
That's so funny. We're coming up on the end because it takes about 2 minutes to complete this track. It looks like someone just died. Who just died? Was it Raisin Rebel? Yep, Raisin Rebel just died. The Snark and Abe's Monster have taken the lead, and they're going neck and neck right now. Abe's Monster is flying through. Robin is catching up again. The Snark got slowed down. Jaxie Babe and Blanca are all catching up.
Too bad this isn't like the DS where I could just blow into it and make it go faster.
That's funny. The Fan Blade always gets certain people caught up. Of course, Robin sneaks on through. The Snark sneaks on through. Blanca got caught up. Looks like the Snark is going to be racing Robin right now. And the Snark's ball is on fire. I don't know how you achieve that, but it's pretty impressive.
Ball is on fire.
I hate you so much. Everything turns into a song lyric.
Everything for you turns into a movie.
Not true.
Reference.
Everything turns into a song lyric or a Buffy reference. It looks like the Snark is going to take this because even if they don't win first place, Robin doesn't collect a prize. So, barring some unforeseen terrible disaster, congratulations to the Snark. You have won this race. Realistically, Robin won it. She collects the points, but the Snark collects the bootay.
I'm a winner!
All right. So, we will wait to see who else will finish this race and collect some points and go from there. Looks like we have our top 5 in. It goes Robin to the Snark, Cat Beatrix, who was racing their own record, Chessie Cat and Abe's Monster. Everyone else has died except for Spooky Flea Glitch and Blanca, who are trying to finish the race before they are murdered. And we just saw a ball get launched off the screen. I don't know how that happened. But it was spooky, Flea. You are dead.
The
R.I.P.
snark has passed on their prize. So the next person is Cat Beatrix. So Cat Beatrix, would you like the prize? It's literally just going to go down the line.
Jaxie Bip says, how did I die right there? There's some pulsating rods further back that have been murdering a lot of people. Glitch is going to finish 6th. It looks like Blanca is going to finish 7th. So congratulations.
All right. So Cat Beatrix passes it on. So that means Chessie Cat, would you like your prize? You still have a prize from a few races back. I have so much that I'm behind on. It's finals. I'm so sorry.
Chessie Cat, would you like another prize? I'm holding a fart right now, and I keep tilting my butt like I'm going to cut it.
My Lanta.
And I'm like, it's going to be audible. You really shouldn't do that. But I keep like looking over at Robin like, is she going to notice? I'm like, no, just don't do it. I just have to let you guys know. Thank you for joining us, Raisin Rebel. We appreciate you. And we'll hook up with Chessie Cat and see if they want the prize. If not, then we'll let Ace Monster know and go all the way down the line. So.
Yeah. So that's it for tonight's stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and being a part of it and just being a part of our Spooky Friend community, because we could not do this without you. And it's so fun getting to talk to everyone and meet people that are interested in the same things we are and enjoy listening to other people's stories. It's really cool that we get to do these special Storytime episodes that exist because of you guys. So if you have any stories, please email us at storytime@scarish.com or go to scarish.com and use our contact us page and send us your stories, because we would love to hear them. We would love to share them. And seriously, we are built off of this community.
Indeed. And I know she mentioned them, but I'm going to run through all of them really fast. There's the email address, storytime@scarish.com, the website, scarish.com. Clicking on contact us, facebook.com/scarishpodcast. You can message us there. You can join the Spooky Friends group, which is our group that we have attached to our page. And you can post there if you want for instant feedback. You can also go to Twitter @ScarishPod and Instagram is @ScarishPodcast. You can also join the Discord if you'd like. Best way to do that, go to scarish.com, find our social media links on the main page on the right-hand side a little bit further down, and click on Discord, and you are in there with us, and you can talk to us, tell us your spooky story, story recommendations or topic suggestions or stuff like that, and then join all the other channels because we have a ton of them, and they're super fun. So thank you to everyone who listens. Thank you to everyone who watches us live. We appreciate all of you. Robin, if folks wanted to donate to us, how can they do that?
So you can go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast. Right now, we do have an exclusive discount for patrons only to our Teespring store. So if you join Patreon, become a patron this month for the entire month of May, there's a 10% off discount code that you get once you become a patron. And it... Oh, I don't know why you're doing art, but
Meadows just showed up and he's like, sorry, I missed it. It's okay. We love you.
Yeah, and so we have a whole bunch of different tiers from $1 and up. And like I said earlier in the episode, we are going to have some stickers that I had either designed or somebody else designed for us. And I'm going to mail those out to Badge of Honor tier and above. And then there's also coffee, ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast. And that is for one-time donations, and all those donations help us upgrade our studio setup, which is great.
Yeah, we appreciate everything you folks donate, every rating, every review we get, except for the 1 stars. Fuck you guys.
Oh my God.
Realistically, most of our 1 stars come from people who don't listen to us and just have beef, or they want to review bomb us. But either way, 5-star reviews are very, very helpful. Please go to iTunes and drop some of those. I haven't checked it in like 2 weeks. I know we got some good ones, right? The last time I checked it, but I don't check it as often anymore. I'm trying to become less obsessed with the reviews because it's definitely not healthy for you. But you folks are so supportive. It's really amazing, and it's nice to see what the community that appreciates us has to say, so we can make sure we focus the show around your feedback. So thanks to all of you for supporting us, and we really, really appreciate it. But yeah, I think that's everything we have for this Storytime episode. So Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.